Hello everyone, welcome to the Lost Harbor Tavern. I am your host, Nitsify. I run the Rum and Harbor campaign where people goof up and do dumb things sometimes, and sometimes we do not. It's a pirate campaign, D&D related, and heavily homebrewed, in case you didn't know. That being said, we have a few people here that are of pirates who are also missing a pirate in action today. As you can see, we are missing a little spot. We normally have him shoved up in a box forcefully, as we did hot glue his feet in there, I'm pretty sure. Which is why he never leaves that box. But Reed is currently on vacation, so Usagi will be missing in action.
I thought we used resin.
Ah, shit, right, no, we did a mixture of resin and cement. You're right, my bad. But yeah, basically by vacation, I mean that I shipped him off to a random country, because he lost a bet and I thought it was funny.
He's somewhere in Timbuktu, if I recall.
Yeah, right.
Like a Mr. Beast video.
Yeah, he's in a Mr. Beast video. He's getting himself canceled in the process. Go check out that video when it comes out. Anyways, we have a few players here, and as I'm going to walk away to open my door so my cat can go out, I'm going to give you introductions. We have Issa, who plays Ooblecz. I can't hear you. I hope you're saying something really cool.
No, I just wanted to hear. Hello.
Yeah, she said something really cool. I can see her PG jumping up and down. I still can't hear. Hell yeah. She definitely didn't say something that's going to get us canceled. Alright.
I really hate
something that'll get us canceled. By the way, Nits, did you turn on your light today?
I did.
Not.
Holy shit.
Hell yeah. That's right, Near Malgamy, the god of the sun and light, turned on my light for me today. By the way, speaking of the god Near Malgamy, we have a light shining down on a specific little lad who's burning up in the sun because he's like a dampier. We have Tic Tac Dylan, who plays Chrono. Dude, me every day on a Friday, specifically at 7:12 p.m. Hell yeah.
Yeah, slight confession, just wrapped up my first week of college classes. I'm pretty beat, and I have to do it again tomorrow. I want to cry a little bit.
Oh man.
But I'll manage.
You got this, man.
You got it, man. You got it.
Thanks.
But on the bright side, you got to watch the Superman anime today. So you know what? That's gotta be worth something.
No, it's true. I just finished season 2. Holy shit, check out this show on Max. It's really fucking good.
Yeah, I can give it that. Speaking of Superman, we got a guy who likes to walk through walls sometimes. Fun fact, I saw this man plow through 3 people at work one time. Acrid! He plays his Mollusk.
I believe it.
You're welcome.
He still likes to walk through walls.
That checks.
What a freak.
Damn!
And if it's
Come
not
on,
walking
Issa.
through walls, it's busting down doors.
True.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Apparently.
We also have one other person, which is Anya, who plays Ringri, the newest person of the crew. Heck yeah. And of course, our favorite little rabbit. Just enter some gunshots in here. I'm not even gonna edit. Just pretend you hear some gunshots. Fuck you.
Landry's got a cage.
Thank you. Oh man. Okay,
last
well,
one
hold
was
on. He's already dead.
specifically.
One bullet was enough.
Landry's got him tied up in a cage. It's no big deal.
Chill.
Acrid be like, if I was locked in a room with Usagi and 2 other horrible war criminals and I had 2 bullets, I'd shoot Usagi twice.
I want to mention, after last session, I kid you not, people did, y'all, for the viewers, y'all didn't get to see this, but behind the scenes, so many people were joking about just strangling Usagi. Issa even drew a picture of a hand grabbing Usagi by the throat and fucking shaking him.
It's my
He'd be into it
favorite
low-key
thing
on the
ever.
down low. On the down low, I think he'd be into it, so I don't think I'm gonna choke him.
Yeah, he would be into it. Maybe I'll put him underneath a PSI crusher.
You know what? Use his ears like the hard part of a sling and swing him around, and
That he
then
might
let
not
him
like.
go as you launch him into the ocean. Nothing's lost.
So long,
Anyways.
Gay Bowser.
Okay, no, Issa, slight confession, I'm not gonna lie, I sent that drawing to most of my friends.
Which
I
one?
thought it was so fun. Most of them.
The
too
rabbit.
many to count. The rabbit, and then the grabbing the rabbit, and then some of my friends were like, "No, don't choke him. He looks so innocent," and I just chuckled to myself silently. Oh, you don't know.
Little do they
Oh,
know,
yes.
that is the most,
Innocent.
yeah,
Innocent.
for sure, innocent. That is the most pervy person on this entire fucking crew. And that says a lot because we have a literal stripper as a pirate now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Lavana is. The witch is literally a stripper.
How
We
much?
also have a follower of Kikas on the ship now.
So follower of a god stripper.
Yeah, yeah.
How many strippers are there?
Well,
lot.
technically, there's only one proper stripper that's on your crew, but I mean, if you're following
I don't know,
Kikas,
put
I don't
Winry in
know
a certain
what.
situation and she might.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay,
She's got the goddess for it.
that's true. Very true. She would encourage it. That being said, welcome to the Rum and Harbor campaign, everybody. As you didn't know, last episode, it was just one big colossal fight, but it was a moral dilemma nonetheless. Because they went to the Aberrant Plains to get Benjamin a soul. Because he runs off of Aberrant Soul so he can continue living, because he's a human that is way past his age, and he should have already been dead by now.
Just fired.
Yeah, but you guys went to the Aberrant Plain and teleport to an island that Ivanine brought you guys gracefully towards, with essentially no brutal tearing through the plains, not at all. As he brought you to a cave, you guys saw a little clay guy called a Constructor A, and realized it had actual sentiency, and tried to see if you could do some other options instead of killing the actual sentient thing. At that point, it's like killing an actual person. And you found out there's monster options, so you went and you weighed your options between killing a Fey Aberration Unicorn, or
Hell no.
or going for the giant aberration bestial moth that took up 3x3 on the tiles of the map. You guys fought the moth in the long run as Jin and Sin, the gods of the aberrational plane, and Kikas, who decided to pop in with Usagi in a cage, watched from afar, eventually sending Usagi in to squander around, get slapped around a little, get turned into a little ball of mush, be baked up like a pizza dough, and then cooked and fried and served. But you guys did manage to kill
And
the
then
moth.
got launched by a fucking tornado.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, got launched by a tornado. And two of our fighters got their feet tough after getting their shit kicked in by the moth. But you guys did manage to succeed, killing the moth, getting Benjamin his soul, and heading back to then pass the fuck out. Cause y'all, I'm sorry, even if you didn't get hit in that fight, you were using your reserves for that type of fight. Cause that was not an easy fight.
Now, some of you, if you get to this point, you might be like silently judging us or something like that, being like, "Oh, the unicorn sounds way easier." Look, in our defense, we wanted those style points. All right, we had to get them style points.
Well, there was an
Let's
actual
mention-
valid, yeah.
I'm not pissing off Celestina.
I'm not
Yeah.
fucking with the Fae. I don't give a damn.
Genuinely,
No.
it was a thing of also weighing down the options of, do you want to piss off the goddess of the Fae or the gods of the aberrational plane? And also, even just a side note that if you kill a unicorn, normally there's 50-50 chance they get a curse off on you by before they fully die. So there's still a shot
I
that
will
even if you
take
don't
my
piss her
chances with the aberrant.
off. Yeah, it wasn't guaranteed because it was a partially aberration. It wasn't a full Fae, but there's still that shot that it cursed you. So even if you didn't piss off the goddess of the Fae, there's a shot you still got yourself cursed. And since you guys are getting pretty close to, the Fae Sea, I don't know if you want to take that risk.
No.
And it's fair, but you guys have a few days to spare before you get to the Dynasty of Jaiko. I'd say, I don't think I gave you guys the proper amount of days, and if I did, then, Kikas has changed the shape of the world suddenly. So you guys are 4 days away from Jaiko. If there's anything you wish to do, before you get to the island, now is the time. Otherwise, we'll just get straight to Jaiko. You guys will just sail and make your way over. I'll just kind of roll, see how weather does, make sure there's anything crazy, any random encounters, but yeah.
So who was waiting on the other side of us walking through the portal?
On the other side of the portal, it was Pike. he's literally waiting there with, like, I kid you not, 3 different first aid kits ready to go. Lavana would also be there because she's also one of the other main healers. Like, he is the doctor, like the ship's doctor essentially. But she's essentially, because she is a witch and she actually does know forms of healing, as she is a bard of throwing it back. She does have some forms of healing, so she does have some knowledge in healing. So she often will help him on the side if she isn't busy. So
I feel like Chrono would just kind of turn to them and he'll just say, "Hey guys, no worries though. Mission accomplished, and yeah, I'm fine. I don't think
back. Come here. No.
No.
Moss fucking collapses.
Alright, so...
and then Chrono collapses after him.
Gotcha. So Pike will catch Chrono and Lavana strength check, buddy. Listen, you're a strong witch, but your strength isn't your thing, and you're trying to catch Moss. So...
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Okay, so I want to let you know right now what happens. You see Mollis begin to fall towards her, and rather than trying to catch him, she moves out the way, and she kind of just like, you see her just like snap her finger, and she just creates a pillow, so your face doesn't hit the floor. She just kind of looked a lingerie and just go, I wasn't catching him.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I want to mention, it looks like, from what I'm picturing with Mollis's body, it looks like his body should have shattered into several pieces. Like,
yeah.
Because in his last hit he took, he was at like -58, and he said, no, I go to 1.
Yeah. I want to mention something, and this is something that's very specific towards Mollis and Mollis alone. A little interesting fact is that when he gets down into just having that 1 HP from his rage, from his Oni rage, essentially, the rampage, he get his eyes, which are blood red now because of the whole transformation and everything, those become cracked until he's properly healed.
Yeah, so they're seeing cracked eyes right now.
Yeah.
Which I feel like Pike looks over, sees that, and goes, oh, okay, I understand how this went. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So it's that thing of Lavana will make sure to heal Mollis, and Pike's gonna work on Chrono, essentially. As the two of them
I'm
are
just
gonna
imagining
do what they can.
Nico is sitting there holding some of the extra healing kits.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it's definitely like one of those things where it's like a fucking surgeon bit where it's like, hey, over here, I need a scalpel. Thank you. Type of like thing.
Hey Pike, how do you know when your ribs are bruised?
Well,
You find it
normally
hard to
bones
breathe.
themselves. Yeah, well, that too. Oh man, yeah, he's. But you know how it is. Essentially, he's just going to kind of wrap you up and do what he can, and then he's gonna drag you to your bed.
I'm reasonably confident I can walk.
No, you aren't going to.
Mollis
You
gets
aren't going.
go.
No.
Either Pike carries you
Pike,
or Nico
please.
will drag you.
Pike.
But Chrono will turn to look up at Pike and he'll just say, you can keep dragging me.
It's
That's what
either
I
you
thought.
get dragged by the doctor, or you're getting dragged by the dog.
I say dragged, but he is like genuinely. He just has you like over his shoulder, essentially. He does actually have some decent strength, so.
Mollis
Gotcha.
would force himself to his feet unless someone actively stops him.
Oh no, don't worry. You see Gildart walking over. He is still at the wheel. That is like his main shtick. So you see Gildart walking over, just go, you move one fucking muscle, and I swear.
I feel like Mollis sits up and then just leans against the wooden place, just like, fine, fuck it, I'll just sit here. Like, it's just like, I physically drained.
Yeah.
Lindry just looks at Mollis and just, is there anything other than muscle on him?
It's mainly muscle. And you see Gildart in his changeling form now, as he is no longer pretending to be a dwarf anymore, basically roll over on top of Mollis, basically doing a rolling fireman's carry, just using that momentum to get you up onto his shoulders.
Hell yeah!
As he's a barbarian, he does have a lot of strength, so he would
I
just let
feel
you
like
up and bring
Mollis'
you. Yeah.
honest reaction is,
Yeah, not fair. And you guys will be carried to your bed so you can actually sleep and not risk injuring yourself. Oh, man. Yeah,
Pretty okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, because the two of y'all, the magic casters, didn't even get touched. The healers aren't even gonna bother. Like, they don't even look you down. Like, they could take a quick glance, like, yeah, no, they're fine.
I do thumbs up.
You see, you guys are fine. But these motherfuckers...
These motherfuckers need some help.
Let's be real, if those marshals went down, y'all were gonna be in the next in shot. Like, that was gonna be a rough one if they went down. Oh,
well,
man.
You see, by all logic, I should have, but go fuck yourself. I'm still alive.
Hey, aren't you happy?
I'm still standing!
Alright. But yeah, I mean, y'all will basically sleep that night through. Again, if there's anything you wish to do within this traveling time, let me know. I don't want to waste y'all's time, though, if y'all genuinely don't have anything you want to do on the ship. But I know it's like always a good time, like as any during travels, to actually be able to like chat with NPCs you want to, or chat with PCs you want to, or just do little things on the side. You know how it is. I don't think I have to explain it at this point. We're 27 sessions in, something like that. So
I mean, Lindry would be offering to help Ooblecz with anything that they might need.
I have got to
make
talk to
herself
Gildart.
useful.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy.
Etha, what did you say? I'm sorry, two people talked at the same time.
Okay, I have got to talk to Gildart.
Okay. Yeah, you can talk to Gil. What do you want to talk to him about? Like, he mainly just stays at ship. I'm gonna be honest, it's that thing, like, after he dropped off Moss, he was just gonna head right back to the wheel.
I mean, after finding out that he was on the crew I was with, part of my old crew, I have a few questions about my lost daughter.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fair.
That
That's
really fair that Ooblecz would have questions.
Yeah.
That's your son, yeah.
Yeah,
that would be fair.
It's a son, but yes.
It's a son, actually?
Yeah, they're a son, they're a son. You might have
Sorry,
a daughter as
misgendered.
well, maybe you just don't remember, but...
Lost
Gendered
child!
son.
Yeah. You
I
a
have
lost child.
at least one lost child.
Yeah.
At minimum.
Now, the son was the one that they mentioned. If you have another child, then you don't know about them at the time.
I don't want another child.
But yeah. Yeah, you can walk up to Gilder. How are you starting this up?
Hey, Gildart. So you were trying to find me this entire time, and I had no idea. And then, like I eventually found out that I had a wife, and that wife died, and then I have a child. I have a boy. I have a son somewhere. And then, like, where? I have nothing. I don't know anything about how I was. So, like, am I like the same thing, or like?
Right. Well, one thing at a time, first
Were there
of all.
any words to that?
God damn, I had to take off my goddamn headset. Fuck.
He's a completely unrelated question. Can you sing Scatman?
I'm a scat man. I'm really good at like talking fast like that if I want to.
I get it. Acrid see me do it as well from time to time with certain characters. But yeah, you would just kind of look to you and just go, well, the answer, your thing, yes, I was looking for you. That was my job, my task. That's what the higher-ups told me to deal with. So while I wasn't exactly partially a part of your proper squad, I did join a mission with you from time to time. And, they did send me after you since I was one of the few people that actually knew what you looked like properly. That being said, I don't know where your son might be. I could look into it, but I would need to leave the crew temporarily to do so.
I don't want you to stay though.
If that's what you wish.
I think we might find my son along the way. I think, but I would not know what he even looks like. I don't know. Maybe you can help me remember who I was, what I did, and shit like that. I don't even know what I looked like.
To be honest, I mean, when it's been such a long time, your kid is probably a teenager or a young adult at this point. I haven't seen I haven't seen your son in I don't know, 7 years?
God.
Around there? It might have been longer at this point. I don't know what they look like right now. Next time we run into the revolutionaries, I could, if I'm on land with you, I could try to prod around and see if I can get any information. Maybe we can get some pictures or something we can work off of. He's probably changed since the last picture. From my understanding, he's been missing for over a year now, but still.
I just hope he's still alive at least.
Oh, I hope so too.
I might not remember the kid, but I just can't believe I have a son. Like, this is crazy.
It's kind of exciting, isn't it? You kind of, in a weird way, are getting to relive that excitement of a child.
Yeah, I guess I got something I gotta take care of, and I don't have the kid. I need a kid. Where's my kid? Oh my god.
Well, the best we can do is keep an eye out for them, and I guess I should ask, but if we find them, what's your plan? Because I don't imagine you want to bring them on board. It'd put them in a world of hurt, possibly. You'd be putting them in danger.
I just want to make sure that they're safe, and maybe with somebody that's hopefully treating them right. That's it.
Fair enough. Well, I'll keep an eye out, see what I can find out, and all I can really advise is that in case I'm not with you and you run into revolutionaries, you should maybe contact them and ask them. I wouldn't recommend probably going directly up to them and immediately declaring yourself the Arcane Guardian, but if you let them know who you are from the Catastrophe Pirates' identities, you might be able to go from there and then try and make some strides.
Yeah, does it sound like I'm as strong as I was before?
Yes. The revolutionaries, they most likely have sent out information that you have been found. But I doubt the people are going to recognize you when they see you. So if you just declare yourself as what you are, they might not believe you.
I understand completely. I still don't even know what I looked like then. I'm gonna try to shape myself to look like that, but...
Well...
I kinda like this form. I fuck with this form heavy, low-key.
You... You seem to just kind of like crack a smile like Miss.
What made you go about?
You just go... I mean, if you want to know, I can try to give you some information on how you used to look. At least to some degree.
Yes, please. I already asked Gonzalez, and he said he was trying to find something. Or somebody from the crew or something like that. Yeah, I met Gonzalez.
Right, you met Kamada Gonzalez. Most likely he probably is looking into finding the other people that were a part of the last mission you were on. And like that, if anything, that'll probably be the best information you can work with. You might be able to remember, if you're lucky, the things that happened. And that might be key information. So, if we can unlock that, that would be good. But, right. I should, I'll be honest. This is, I guess, something I haven't mentioned. But I don't see color. So, bear with me here. I do remember you, I can't really quite tell you, you know, your hair color and things like that, but you did often wear, like, a hoodie of some sort, with, like, a shirt underneath it, like an undershirt. Had a little bit of an open collar, though. It wasn't very close to your neck, so we could see a decent amount of your chest. I can remember you kind of having, like, shaggy-ish hair.
Okay.
A little bit sometimes a bit of it would get in front of your left eye, but you kept it mainly well taken care of. And, I think I remember you having some piercings.
Oh, like, just ear stuff, or like...
Like around your eyebrows, on your ears, near your mouth, on your nose.
So cool.
Yeah, a little bit everywhere. And sometimes you wore baggy pants, sometimes you just wore flat-out shorts, and sometimes the hoodie would cover over it. It's kind of a mix, but it was kind of just whatever you threw on that day. I don't think you put too much attention to your looks. That or you didn't, I just didn't understand your style. I'm a barbarian, what do I know?
Jokes on everyone. Ooblecz used to put absolutely all the thought into what they wore.
I'm laughing
man.
a little bit to myself because that's just literally my favorite fashion style. Just like sweatpants and a hoodie. Comfiest shit ever.
That's fair.
No thoughts, head empty.
I get that.
Yeah. You'd also just kind of look at you and just go, also apologies for the constant shifting voice. I'm going to be quite honest, because I've been holding up that charade for so long, and changelings, as I, tend to get a bit more interacting than most people. I basically have to refine my voice. So it might be a bit.
Shit.
That's why my voice keeps bouncing everywhere.
Understandable. We need to get your voice back. I can't believe I can't believe you just not a drunk dwarf. Like it's like an alcoholic dwarf. I mean, you're an alcoholic, maybe. I don't know.
I'm still alcoholic, just
Oh.
dwarf is not quite my race.
Did such a good job of keeping it up. I could never tell. Well, I mean, I'm not really young, but like, I'm still new to this world. I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
To be fair, normally I'd scowl at that because you're older than most humans would have been. You were human, by the way.
Damn, how old was I?
I'll be honest, I don't think you ever told me your age. But, my guess is probably you were in your 30s, maybe? So you were getting close to midlife for a human. But, considering your whole, essentially a rebirth in a way, I can understand why you can say those things and fully mean it.
It's just a confusing world out there.
Just wait till you see the Underdark. Or, actually, if you're sticking with pirates, you probably won't.
Oh my god.
But the Underdark
Like,
is
it's
its
an Underdark.
own breed.
I have.
The Underdark is safe from the Navy, but there is civil war that goes down there. So it's not in the best condition right now. They're concerned because they're fighting over whether... There's two sides right now. There's people fighting over a conspiracy. Or not a conspiracy, but more of a outright scientific theory. It hasn't been confirmed, but it's been... The person who declared it is a scientist that has very well-known reputation. And, because of his reputation, it's created quite a stir within the underground. Have you heard of the Hell's Cleric?
The Hells? Yeah, I'm actually... Wait, I talked to Gonzalez. I was like, man, how do I find, like, myself back? Like, how do I get back to myself? He's like, there's, like, a Hell's Cleric or some shit like that can change me back?
Yes.
Maybe?
I've met him one time. I didn't get to see much of him because of the lighting in that room, as I was almost looking at completely just a lanky shadow with horns and a barbed tail. But he's a strange one, that's for sure. He mentioned that, and it's just a theory again, but he mentioned when he was researching stuff in the underground, he mentioned to one of the, like, rulers that, the surface, all the islands on the surface, in case you didn't know, they're constantly circling. That's why we can't use proper maps. That's why we have, you know, the poses.
Okay.
Because they're constantly circling, and the islands, most islands are not connected to the ground. They're constantly shifting with the water. There's a theory that they're slowly making their way to the center of the earth. As you may know, the Hell-Chained Islands are a bunch of islands that are essentially surrounded by waterfalls from all angles. So the only way to get to it is by dropping down a 3-mile drop.
Holy shit.
That giant crater was created by one of the fights in the beginning of the world between titans. I'm pretty sure, or not I am, but he was pretty sure that, soon, at some point, not right now, but eventually the world will, all the islands are going to kind of continue making themselves closer, and then they're going to start falling into that hole. So eventually there will be no islands, meaning all of the islands on the bottom, like the Hell Chain, will become buried. And the outer ringed islands will become, essentially, the main, will, like, mix together to make one giant landmass. Granted, he's saying it probably won't be until 1,000 years or something of that sort, but if that comes to be, then all these countries will die, and meaning that a lot of people might try to also escape to the underground out of fear when it starts getting close to the time that starts happening. And because of that reason, because of this theory, two of the countries, one that disagrees with this theory and another that agrees with the theory, have begun to clash. And because of that, one wants to completely close off the underground and the other does not. So it is a bit of a mess down there.
That does sound pretty messy. Holy shit. I had no idea about any of that. That's a bit...
Well, to be fair, the surface, most surface dwellers, in fact I'd say around 90% of surface dwellers, don't know about that. The only people that know about it is the Revolutionary Army and the Global Navy, and we've both kept it under wraps for the same reason, which is because if that theory gets out, people will storm the underground out of fear.
That cause like havoc and shit like that.
Yes, so it's better the countries get their stuff figured out before that theory ever makes its way to the surface.
Right.
But since you're a part of the Revolutionary Army, I think it's only fair that you actually get to know about this theory. After all, you are our arcane guardian.
Holy shit.
Hey, Rena.
I'm not as strong as I used to be before, but...
Perhaps not, but if you've maintained your main form of battle intelligence, then you should be fine. That's what we mainly knew you for anyways. It was less for your battle strength and more for your just natural intellect and sense of ability when it came to fighting. You were essentially the war strategist. To keep things short.
Damn, I was smart like that?
You were? I think, I hate to say it, but I do think you've lost a bit of it, but...
Hey!
I'm not trying to be mean,
yeah, because I'm like new.
Yeah.
Just rebirth. I still gotta learn a lot.
Gotta give you some time. Rena, please don't put your claws into my chest. Thank you.
Meow.
Hey, Rena. But yeah. Is there anything else you wish to talk about? I don't want to waste your time, obviously, though it's not like I have any time to waste. I'm just at the ship, at the wheel. Until 12, then I'm gonna go to bed. I'll put that.
Oh shit.
What is this? It's only 11. I still have an hour. But is there anything else you wish to talk to him about?
No, not really. I don't think I have anything else. I just learning about how I used to be, how I was.
Yeah, well now you got some extra little information, not just about yourself, but also about guild art. Man's got to refine his voice, and he's colorblind. Fun facts.
I just like, that's crazy.
Lore drop.
I don't even know what color I am.
I think it's pretty. I thought it would be really ironic to have the changeling who's just basically pitch white to be like colorblind, because it's the most like, yeah, the guy who doesn't do colors is colorblind. Yeah, no, that's fitting. That being said, yeah.
Hi. I got a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. Okay. I was hoping to talk with the witch lady, Lavana?
Lavana.
That's how you pronounce it, right? Yeah. I wanted to talk to her for a sec.
Okay.
So, how Kronos kind of approached it. He'll try to do like a very casual, friendly greeting. He'll just say like, "Oi, Lavana, you got a sec?" but it's hard for him to look cool with how many bandages he has right now.
I'd say, yeah. I'd say, like, she's probably in her room. That is where she is the majority of times, unless she's, like, sunbathing on the deck. She's normally in her room, essentially just working on things. So
Gotcha,
she just set a book to the side, essentially. She's probably just at her desk right now. She just kind of, like, give you a head tilt, like, what's up? What do you need?
Well, I remember you said you were gonna look into my fruit power. Because, what was it, that it had no soul, or something like that?
The fruit power should have soul, yes. As of now, no. This is going to take a lot more time than I thought. Whatever is wrong with that fruit that you ate, because I wasn't there to see it, I'm having to do a lot more digging, because I don't have any description on what the fruit looked like. I don't know. I'm not finding any index trees or anything about a fruit like this to begin with, let alone there has been no recorded evidence or anything of the sort where a fruit has been missing soul essence. None of this aligns. From my understanding, when the originator made the soul fruits, or the devil fruits, or the god fruits, sorry. Devil fruits aren't a thing. I call them devil fruits, I'll be quite honest, and most witches do, because as far as we can tell, soul magic should never be mixed into magic. At least that's how we've always seen it.
No,
but
that's fair.
So.
No, that's fair. Getting a weird superpower from a fruit like time magic is pretty fucking weird anyways.
Yes, and that's the thing that confuses me, because the originator always makes the fruits that she makes, and she rarely adds any new ones nowadays, because the world's been around for a long enough time, and she doesn't want to throw it out of balance either. But, the ones that were made because they were ones that people wanted. It was, a lot of these ones are simply because someone wished they had the ability to do something, and thus it became a fruit. Like how someone probably wished that they could teleport, thus you have Halamar's Blink Blink fruit. Or the reason why some people might have, let's be honest, one of the more common fruits that people would easily be able to think about is the fire fruit. The fire fruit. I don't think I have to explain that one.
Chrono's gonna mutter something under his breath at the mention of Halamar, and he'll just say, oh, the Blink Blink fruit goes to someone better this time. Yeah, fire. That checks.
Fact is, within all these written different documents and records of different fruits, not a single one has ever been mentioned to be missing soul essence.
Well, some of the stuff you've been saying does line up what I've learned. We had a run-in with Kigus when we were on our way out from defeating Halamar.
Ah, the god of lightning. Yes, she likes to fiddle around.
Yeah, and I think Usagi might be a little traumatized by her, but that's probably something for another day.
Now, I can remove his memory if you wish.
Let's not go there.
No? Okay.
No, don't remove his memory.
Anyways, I did learn that, if my memory's correct, apparently not even any one of the gods seem to really know who made the fruit too exactly. And I also know what this whole soul business means. That's how the fruit gets remade, right?
Yes, normally only one person can have the fruit at a time, because all the magic's power comes directly from the soul essence, which is created by the originator. So normally when that person dies, it then passes over, it's put into a random fruit, which that whole cycle is created by the goddess, and then it repeats and goes on and on. Have you managed to contact the originator? No, as far as I know, no mortal has been able to do it within the 1,000+ years we've been around. From what I know, she doesn't even really contact the gods. So the only way we'd be able to confirm whether or not she's actually if she made your fruit is by directly contacting her, unless we are able to find out something else. But that might be one of our best ways.
I could try.
Do you follow her?
No.
We might be better off trying to find a church that follows her. Other gods, normally you can, if you don't follow them, you at least can try to reach out to them, and there's a small shot you can, but many people have tried to contact the originator, and even some of her most devout followers have not been able to.
Gotcha.
It's a far-fetched shot, but our best shot is probably getting hold of an actual archpriest or something.
That...
Right?
Chrono Chrono just kind of looks very lost in thought, or just sort of confused at this point. And he's just thinking, it was until recently I've been wondering about the circumstances of how I got my friend in the first place. It's just that the more I hear about it, the more confused I get.
Huh. Do you remember how you obtained the fruit, or how you found it?
I promise I'm not kidding. It was just on the tree stump out of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. Although, my best friend seemed to know about it. More about it than I did at the time.
That's odd. No,
yeah.
I mean, granted, there's always a shot that someone put down the fruit on a tree stump and left it because they had to go handle something, and hell, it might have even been a normal apple at the time, and because those fruits, they don't grow and then become it. It can be a fully grown fruit and then become a powered fruit simply because the soul essence chose that specific fruit. So it's possible someone left it, but what's the chances of that?
Okay, just to recap, my best friend seemed to know about it and told me about a rumor that she likely shouldn't have even known about in the first place. 2, several pirate groups, or just one really big one, were also there that day that also seemed to know about the fruit. And 3, either someone placed it there deliberately. My point being, I think the most reasonable conclusion to make from all that information is that the timing is frankly insane.
I can guess a few ideas. Again, the fruit's origination and everything, that's something that I can come up with no conclusions on, but at the very least, when it comes to how the fruit got there, there is a shot that a god chose to intervene and refuses to admit it. There is also a shot that someone of another plane chose to do so. Another option is that someone of the mortal plane chose to place it there. And then comes in the other question of, at the time when it was placed there by someone, if it was placed by someone or something, then comes in the question of, was it a normal fruit at the time, or was this deliberate? There's too many variables.
If it's deliberate, then I certainly have about roughly 350 years worth of anger I'd like to take out on them.
I can probably help you with that if the time comes. If there is someone, of course. Understand, I'm more than willing to curse someone.
You'll just kind of give her a finger gun as a like, yep, got it.
Yep.
Yeah, duly noted. Well, thanks for trying so much anyways.
Of course. After all, while I might not be your proper doctor or anything like that, I know that when it comes to studying things like this, a witch's thought is always well appreciated.
I'll take her word for it. Well, I still have you, actually. Is there... I've been trying to think about everyone's status. Would you say that there seemed to be anyone who seemed a little worse for wear after that whole desert island situation?
Do you mean mentally, emotionally, physically, or religiously?
Mentally/emotionally.
If I were to be honest, I don't think anyone got too worn out emotionally at the very least, or if they did, it wasn't very obvious. All I can say is that I know Pike was definitely wearing himself down mentally trying to keep people alive because of the amount of balancing he had to do. I know Yori seemed to be getting a little impatient with things. But I don't think it was because... I think it was more a fact of she was worried about, you know, your group, the land group, on their well-being. She might only be a fan that simply joined up and was recruited by Usagi, from my understanding, from what she's told me. We have had some conversations. But she does have genuine concern for the crew from time to time.
I don't often speak to her. I may just go ahead and pop my head in just to see how she's doing then.
It's fair. From what I understand, out of anyone, despite being pretty easily flustered, she seems to struggle showing some of her emotions, at least to a degree, from what I understand. So, I don't know how much she'll be able to get out of her, or if she'll even be willing to talk about it, but she definitely seemed at least a little emotionally distressed for your group.
Maybe I'll give her an autograph to get her to talk? That could work? No?
Maybe. I don't know how much of a fangirl she is anymore, or more of just genuinely a part of the crew at this point. I know she joined as a fangirl.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, I was originally against this, but...
I can understand. From what I can tell, she's adapting fine, if you want me to be quite honest, and she'd get up to, like, genuinely close the door for this. She'd just go, I'm closing the door for reasons.
Alright.
Mainly for privacy reasons on this one. Don't get your mind in the wrong gutter. Here's the thing.
I'd like to think there's like a noticeable gear floating in Chrono's hand, like he's getting ready to use rewind. And then after she says it, he'll just like quickly wipe the gear away, and he was like, "Oh, yep, got it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I saw that. Don't even. So here's the thing. There are two people that might not be well suited for this sort of thing. Obviously, right now they're happy doing what they're doing. And I wouldn't try to push them to leave. Obviously, we've already had a meeting about this sort of thing back when a person on the island died after another contact with Limius. I didn't know the man, but I remember us having a meeting about this sort of thing. And while everybody did at the time, of course, seem fine, and it still is the case, some of these people aren't... Their hearts are in a different place. If you know what I mean. They mean well, but in this sort of line of work, a good heart like that can shatter.
I'm gonna assume you're referring to Karori and based off our earlier conversation, Yuri.
Those two, I am correct on that. Karori's very interested in looking into the historical things that the Navy's been covering up. She is a historian after all. So, she has genuine reasons to be here, and as long as her heart can take it, she will continue to fight beside you. But understand that even she, as a half-orc, will have her own limits. And if anyone would probably leave first, my guess might be Yori. Yori, again, it's not guaranteed, and hell, she might even stay longer than anyone else, for all I know. But just off of pure engagement with the time I've gotten to genuinely know her, if she gets bored enough in a crew, and she loses enough respect for people, she might just leave. From my understanding, she was with the Vampire crew at one point. And she left that crew as well. Because the captain did something she didn't agree with, and he lost all of her respect on a dime.
That suddenly explains why she's been able to use those daggers surprisingly well for a fangirl.
Indeed.
Karori, Karori, I get your concern. Hell, that asshole ghost fuckface said something similar, but
yes.
No, it's asshole ghost fuckface.
She would genuinely put a hand on your shoulder and just kind of go, I understand your frustration, as I know your encounters with him, but as someone who knows some light information and history about him, please try to be careful about your phrasing on him.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be honest. Things could go poorly.
Yeah.
You want me to be honest? Well, I've already been honest, but to be quite blunt, he could wipe out this entire crew within 6 seconds.
I know.
We aren't ready for him.
Girl's just kind of looking off to the side, just looking super miffed, talking about this. And just saying, I just don't know why he's been keeping our eye on me, Malice, Ooblecz, and Usagi, but whatever at this point.
He's a weird one. Despite having spent so much time looking into information on him, I, as well as some of the witches I used to know on the Rustbreaker Island, none of us really ever were able to get much on him. We do know, just from natural observation, he's been able to clash with Navy generals and come out evenly matched, sometimes even winning. And from my understanding, he's both clashed with the Navy, the Revolutionary Army, and countries. And it's rare when he's lost anything.
Yeah, I'm still certain one day I'm gonna get him back, though. I will find a way to get him back one day.
One thing at a time.
Anyways, Karori, I'm gonna be frank with you about that. I haven't been 1000% sure. It sounds like she's at least adapting to all of this insanity that we've been dealing with. I mean, hell, I literally saw her with a scar semi-recently, and she didn't seem too bothered by that.
She seems to be adapting to it. Luckily, because she is a half-orc, that orcish side is definitely helping her mentally deal with this. Genetics do matter with this sort of thing, to a degree.
I do agree with you, though. Her and Yuri, it's weird.
My recommendation, and this is me as a person, let them ride around for a while. But once you get to, I'd say, Hell-Chained Islands, they haven't left by yet, by their own choice. Give them a final warning. Because at that point, there's no turning back.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I know a person in the Hell-Chained Islands that would be able to hide their identity for wherever they choose to live, so if they have any wanted, like Karori, who has become wanted now, they'd probably be able to do some things to change that, you could say.
Right.
I'll take your word for it. Like, Chrono had that sort of expression, like he wanted to ask, but he was like, you know what? Maybe it's better if he doesn't know.
For now, it's probably better.
Chrono would just kind of nod, and they'll just probably start walking towards the door, and he'll just say, "Alright, well, I'll be going now, so I'll see you around."
I'll see you around. And she'd hip bump you, and you walk out.
Chrono's expression looks negative. That's all I'm saying. That's his reaction.
That's kind of something, fun little fact, passively, that is something that she does anytime somebody leaves her room. Whenever she opens her door to let someone out, she literally, instead of being like a pat on the back, she just hits her ass onto yours. That's literally what she does.
It's more or less that pettiness that Chrono still has over her sitting on him during that one chase sequence.
Yeah, no, that's fair,
Alright. Unless you got something, Acrid and Nanya, I do actually want to have Chrono talk to Yori next.
Mollis, once he's allowed to get up,
he gets up.
Yeah, he'd be getting up as soon as he's not being held down. And I think the second he's done with his 4-hour rest, he's up.
Yeah, well, I mean, considering it was at nighttime, I just assumed you guys slept. So.
I know.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you'd be up around the same time that Chrono had gotten up, so yeah.
Yeah, Mollis would just be walking around, just checking on everybody.
Hell yeah.
Just kind of gauging if there's any concerns they have.
Yeah, I mean, so right now, right, nobody seems, like, too concerned from what you can tell, just, like, your natural passive insight. Because right now you guys aren't running into, like, some big thing like you guys were running into with Gao. You guys know that it should be a little bit, should hopefully be some smooth sailing for a little bit before anything starts happening again, luckily. So right now nothing's on anybody's mind of, like, fuck, we got all that, but, like, there is, like, I guess, the light thing that, like, some of you can kind of just passively note, but, you can see that Kasheshe is more just trying to look into whatever he can to figure out what the fuck happened to Varara's memory. Like, what happened to the database?
Wallace will probably go talk to him.
Okay.
Wallace is just gonna... what is he doing when Wallace walks up? Is he's checking into the database thing?
He essentially has given Varara, like, a, like, extra CPU, and he's just, like, basically swapped them. So she's still able to be up and about right now, but he's just, like, he has this, like, desk and this, like, light, like, shining down on this, like, CPU as he's just, like, looking through it, like, what the fuck? What's wrong with it? It looks fine! Like, you can see him just staring at, like, poking at things, like, what's wrong with it? Like, it's just a genuine annoyance of why.
Why you no do the thing?
Why you know where?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Wallace would walk up and he'd kind of look at it for a moment. It's definitely that thing of for him. He's like, yeah, I don't know what any of this means. Like, he's just looking at a bunch of wires and, like, things that Kasheshe is messing with.
That's fair, that's fair. He would kind of, like, he kind of just looked at you and just go, you see this green wire?
Yeah.
Well, you see this green wire, you see this is the thing that it does, right? So here's the thing. This is the bit that brings the Arcana up to the left area, okay? So now they understand. Now this light one, right, this red right one right here, this one's gonna bring it up, it's gonna kind of bring a little bit of electricity, it's just kind of like channeling through it, so that way it can bring the main memory base from here to there. So then with this one, and he just kind of just goes down these notes of like, this cord does this wire does this wire does this wire does this. Like,
are the wires busted?
Linder
No.
just walks through.
it is like,
seriously.
Yeah, they're, by the way, in peak condition. That's why he's so confused. Like, nothing about this thing seems broken.
Is it an internal issue?
Possibly, but he doesn't have a way to look into that right now because he doesn't have tools for that.
Well, it's just like, what tools do you need to look into it internally, Kasheshe?
Right now, I just have my normal tinkering tools. I need specifically arcanic tinkering tools.
Oh.
Because that'll actually allow me to look into the inside problems. They use a form of arcana known as polygram. Or also known as hexagon. Counting if you want to put it in more civilian terms. Hexagon magic.
Can I roll a history check? I doubt Mollis would know fuck all, but can I still roll?
Go for
it. Since he's an undersea person, and he's a Grieger, I don't think he would deal much with artificery.
The only way you probably would know is because you did grow up near Hellchained Islands, so there's a shot that the one person you knew from that area may have told you about it.
I got a dirty 16.
Cool. So you do know about it. You know that essentially it is a form of magic that is used not really for battling or like combat or like things like that. It's more used for like displaying stuff. So like it's used for like creating digital hologram maps, things like that. More like accessory utility type of magic, essentially.
You would see Mollis kind of sit there with it. Right, that rings a bell.
Nits, I have posed a question to you.
What is the question? Oh, did you DM it to me? You DM'd it to me. Yes, you may.
Okay.
It'll be a very high DC. Just roll me a natural D20. Just let me know what you get. Because that is a little bit of a higher one.
No.
Okay, no. You do not have the
That
thing
is
you
a
were
nat
asking
one.
about. Yeah. I feel like at one point, like, you reached to your pockets, if you don't mind me actually seeing what you're wanting to look for.
Yeah.
You like, reach to your pockets, like, maybe I have some of those tinkering tools. And you pat your pocket, and you're like, you dig through everything, right? And you're like, hold up, wait, no, I'm missing more than just, I thought I had a pair. I'm going to see your sheet, and then I'm going to grab something of random. I'm going to put a bunch of things onto a chart, and you're going to be missing an extra thing from your inventory. Because that is a nat 1. Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not doing that to you. Essentially, you just don't have it. So most likely, it's genuinely one of those things where it's like, you could have sworn you had one, but it's more just an aggravating thing of like,
confused.
Yeah. That's valid. Gonna be real.
Like, actively searching for something looks completely confused as all fuck.
Yeah. That's fair, because you would, like, it's that thing, like, you knew you had one at one point. What the hell happened to it?
Can I try to remember what happened to it?
You can try. There's also a shot you genuinely just lost it without even noticing.
That... I'll end it on... No.
Reroll.
Oh no,
that was a good one, too.
Oh no, Acrid, Lindry dropped her wallet back in the abjuration plate. Quick, open up another portal.
Fuck nah.
So with a 12 in history, because unfortunately the 17 landed on my computer and had to re-roll.
That's
Bruh.
sad. I wanna be able to give it to you, but it's the thing, because it was a nat 1, I had to raise the DC a little higher. I think that was the only way I could really make that nat 1 actually have some type of repercussion, honestly.
I'm mostly just sad that it rolled onto my computer and had to be re-rolled.
That's valid, honestly. Yeah, you kind of just sit there, like, aggravated, like, maybe there's a reason, and you genuinely just can't think of a singular reason for why. Like, there is no reason for you to be missing it as far as you care.
I am so confused and visibly frustrated.
Fair. Yeah, that's a valid reaction. Yeah.
Lindry just turns to Miko and just... I've sworn I had something like that. Do you know what happened, Miko?
Miko does the gritty. No, Miko just kind of, like, tells his head, probably. Because sadly enough, I'm gonna have to say that, like, Miko's history would probably be the same as yours. So it will be, like, it genuinely will be that thing of, like, Miko's gonna be looking at you like, I don't know.
What do you want from me?
Yeah. You can also
Woman, I don't have it. I have no pockets.
You can also see Mal's Pompey sitting on top of Miko's back, also cranking its head in the same way.
Oh, great. God, they're getting along.
You can also see, I think the bird's name is Spark, as Spark is on top of the Pompey, who's also cranked his head the same way.
Lindry just looks at the other two and just asks in Sylvan, do you know where an arcanic set of tools went?
I'm gonna be honest, Tassie probably doesn't even know what the fuck that is.
Tassie looks to you, hops off, runs off, comes back with a bell pepper.
He's trying! He's really trying!
So
Lindry
you can
just kneels down.
Yeah.
Lindry just kneels down, takes the bell pepper, and just, thank you for trying, Tassie.
You can add it to your inventory, by the way. he speed grew it. He went out of his way to use several spells of fucking plant growth to just create that bell pepper. As for Spark, you see Spark kind of like cock its head the other way. As I'm pretty sure actually Spark's a girl, actually, now that I think about it. If I remember correctly, that's what was canonized. I'd have to double check with Reed, because he should have wrote that down. But I think Spark's a girl, now that I think about it. But for now, we're just going to use they, just in case. Because we've rarely really had interactions with Spark, funny enough. You see Spark kind of cock his head the other way, and then you see it fly out. So it might be back in a few days or something.
Yay.
There's no guarantee it actually brings the proper thing back, but it's going to try.
I swear to God, if this thing just steals arcanic tinkering tools and just goes, here you go, I got it. And then we're wanted in the next island because technically our pet stole something.
That'd be fucking crazy. Dude, can you imagine? It's like the bird gets a wanted poster in that country specifically. Nowhere else, just in that country.
Wanted for 50 fucking rupees for theft.
It was put up by some random artificer that had it stolen from them. Like, what the fuck? That's my tool!
Drew would honestly take the bell pepper to Ooblecz and just, Tassie, I think, grew this.
Good job, Tassie.
We had no bell peppers. What?
Now you have a bell pepper.
I was just given a bell pepper from Tassie. I don't know.
You also see Tassie then walk up behind you, and they've made themselves a little leaf backpack, and they have 5 jalapenos.
Wait, how many more things of these can you do? Wait, that's so cool. You can be my little gardener.
Terrible!
Yeah. So that's the fun thing about Pompies. They are a nature-based fae creature that are little dudes. Literally, their whole thing is that wild Pompies go out of their way. Granted, this one is tamed. But wild Pompies go out of their way to literally maintain the health of the fae forests that they live in. Meaning that their whole thing that they do is they just grow plants. They just use all their spell slots to constantly keep growing plants, and then they take like 2 or 3 hours to nap, and then they keep doing it. Like, that's almost the entire life of a Pompey in a nutshell. Besides, like, the random breeding seasons.
Are suddenly very interested in Tassie.
Oh my gosh,
Valid.
so cool.
And absolutely adore him.
I can believe it, 100%. Oh man, but yeah, that's a little, I guess, a little fun little fact. Tassie has been working out on their way to like get you guys random crops. It does take a little bit because they are growing it in the hallways of a ship, and they don't have direct sunlight exposure, but they're doing what they can for it. So, yeah.
Lindry would open up some of her room so that Tassie can grow things there.
Hell yeah.
Oh god, this little guy's gonna just be like, alright, you said a little bit of it? God, this whole ass wall of mine.
And there's just this little tiny spot that just constantly has light cast onto it, so there's constant light.
Hell yeah.
So Tassie can grow as much as they want.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I'm fine with that. Literally, all you gotta do is just get the ship right to, like, basically just go over there and just make a permanent light bulb, essentially, that can just act as a light.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she's gonna do.
Hell yeah. Definitely can be done. Yeah, Tassie will definitely start growing some stuff there. They'll probably have, I can go and let you know this, and you can write this down if you want, because it'll be easier for people to keep up otherwise. But he will definitely, at the very least, guaranteeingly grow a grapevine on the wall.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you offered the wall, so...
Yes.
A section of her room.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
So we're looking the walls, the corner, the floor, the ceiling?
Yeah, so the whole portion of the wall where you're allowing him, grapevine, covering it. Every inch that he's allowed to grow it on.
Thank God, thank God.
Yeah. I want to mention, by the way, there is a small shot because it's a fae doing this. The small shot, you get a random fae plant.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
plant?
Hell yeah,
Random
I can't
fae
wait
plants
for
out of nowhere. Yeah.
I can't wait for a fey blueberry or fey grape that basically acts like a goddamn ender pearl.
You never know what you'll get from the fae. But that being said, is there anything else you guys wish to do?
I forgot.
I would want to have just a quick chat with Yuri, just really fast.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can do that.
Alright,
Yeah,
so...
just to give specific measurements, there's like a 4x4 area, floor to ceiling,
Okay.
that's just Tassie stuff.
Heck yeah.
Extra roommate now.
Hell yeah.
I don't care!
Yeah, you just get a bunch of stuff. You get a bunch
Tassie
of
seems
extra
to get
stuff.
along with Miko, that's the important thing.
You know, that's fair. The pets getting along does matter.
Especially if one pet from somebody else is going to be existing in her room to...
I want to mention, Mollis will be
things.
checking on
True.
Tassie pretty regularly. It's more of like you walk on like, where the fuck's Tassie? Where'd you go? Like, wait.
Oh, man.
Alright, so where would
Wallace will
I
just get
find
daily
Yuri?
updates of Tassie has grown this, that, or the other.
I'd say Yori's probably up top. She does tend to often just kind of like watch the waters, apparently. So.
Gotcha. So Chrono would probably kind of come up to the side of her, just like whatever side's most free on the edge of the ship.
Fair enough.
And he'll just go, "Hey, how's it going?"
Oh, hey. It's going all right. What about you?
Well, I punched a giant moth monster. That was an experience.
Right, yeah, you went to the aberration planes and all that. Hopefully that wasn't too bad.
There's just like a 5-second flashback to Kronos just thinking of how he just got bodied by the thing's tail. Yuri would just see like the color go out of Kronos' face for a second as he like nervous sweat beads, and he'll just say, "Fine, it was hard."
That's fair.
Anyways. I know we haven't really had time to chat, so I've just been curious how you've been doing lately.
I've been better, that's a good way to put it. I mean, I'm doing better now that everybody's back in peace. I'd be lying if I didn't say that, seeing people get split up the way we've had to do at the majority of the islands, it makes me a little worried at times, but I understand we can't just leave this ship either, but we have to handle things on island. You understand. I think you get where I'm coming from here.
Yeah, I think I do. I overheard from a anonymous crewmate that you were a bit worried when all this abjuration stuff started.
Not even just that, but when Gao was going on, I mean, Gao, there was a lot of things going on in Gao. Navy was going to be there, and, well, you're going to deal with Halamar, and, well, Captain Halamar's ruined a lot of people's lives. And I knew that your crew, before I joined, had clashed with him. I knew how that went. I'd heard about it. So, yeah, I had a reason to be worried. A good one.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, it went out well, so it's fine. Just,
No, it's really fine. I do know where you're coming from. It's, I had a couple others in my life before I got thrown into prison.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, my parents too. He'll just be kind of like looking up as he's recalling these memories. I used to make people around me worry loads. I was kind of weak, scrawny, kind of a wimp, really. I've gotten beat up multiple times by tons of assholes on Whiteside. And I tried to ask my parents for help, but there's never really much I could do, and I really, really fucking hated seeing those worried expressions on their face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I can at least imagine what you must be going through. And that's sort of the weird thing. I don't really know if there's exactly anything comforting I could say. But I do know this. It is sort of a miracle that this crew has happened. And that we've made it this far.
That's
and
true.
We've been slowly growing stronger. Obviously, we're far from perfect, but after everything we've went through together, I feel pretty good about our odds moving forward. I mean, I wouldn't have tried to be the captain if I at least didn't feel, well, some semblance of confidence that I could look after everyone.
It's good to know at least that our captain has some confidence.
Oh, of course.
I
I mean,
I
yeah?
should be quite honest with you here. I haven't really gotten to quite talk about this in the past, because everything that's been going on constantly.
Alright. You got my full ears.
I think I've lightly mentioned it to Usagi before. But that's about it. Before I worked with this crew, I've worked under some other pirate crews, 2 specifically.
Oh, okay.
Technically, I'm mentioning this because it concerns me, and I don't know if we'll ever run into them, but there's 2 crews that I used to work under, and they've formed an alliance. And you could say that I didn't leave on the best of terms.
Alright.
There was a man whose pocket watch I stole when I left. Creodivia. He's the captain of the Iron Pirates. Between him and Rio Blanco, the captain of the Tree Pirates, hearing that they've formed an alliance makes me a little nervous.
Really quick, Nits.
Mhm.
Could I make a fast history check to see if Chrono maybe heard of those 2 somewhere?
You may.
1 minute. 15.
15. Alright, so you would know that Creodibia is known to be a fruit user.
Alright.
He is a shark person that became
Okay.
a pirate. He can no longer go into the water, however, you threw him into the ocean. He can still survive because he still breathes water. He just can't move in water.
Giant anchor at that point, I gotcha.
Yeah. He has been known to be relatively ruthless, but from understandings, he came from a pretty ruthless area where a lot of humans on the island treated him like shit. So it probably was just natural pent-up anger that led to that lifestyle. As for Rio Blanca, not as much is known about him. He is known to be a relatively big Hadozi. Like, he's more like a mixture of an ape and a monkey. Like, a mixture of the 2. He's got that more fuzziness, but he's been known, similar to Creodibia, to be pretty aggressive. But the difference, what was interesting about this that you're hearing, is that they made an alliance. They used to be enemies.
Oh. Okay, I feel like Croto would definitely kind of blink a little bit, pausing. He'll just say, wait, yeah, no, I've definitely heard of those 2 before. How the hell did they make an alliance, exactly?
I don't know. The reason why I know about it is because, and she pulls out a newspaper. She just go, we got it while you and the rest were in the Aberrant Plane. It's touched on the things that's happened in Gao. The capital is gone. It's covered in lava.
Croto suddenly flashbacks to those explosions, and he'll just say,
Yeah.
Can I say that when we're done talking, by the way?
Yeah. But they mentioned, apparently it was a more public alliance than what pirates normally do, because the newspaper somehow found out and got it out there.
Huh. If you don't mind me asking, obviously you should only talk if you're comfortable about it, but how'd you come to work in for them anyways?
I looked up to them when they were good people. They used to just be a bunch of pirates that were fighting against the Navy because the Navy attacked their homes. And that changed.
How so?
I worked for Rio Blanca first. He used to fight for what he believed was right. And he wasn't just fighting the Navy, he used to fight a bunch of cultists as well. There was, I don't remember what the cult's name, but there was some cult he used to really just take digs at. It was some type of local cult within his area, and he just, it's like over time I don't know if his anger consumed him, but he used to have a rule of no killing. He started going out of his way to kill almost every person they fought. He started going out of his way to start attacking innocents.
Shit.
He started raiding merchants. It was just one thing after another. I couldn't support that. When Creodibia started clashing with him, and I saw Creodibia's alignment and his morals at the time, I backstabbed my own captain. I backstabbed Creodibia.
So that's why
Ooblecz.
you're concerned.
Yes. And
Gotcha.
I backstabbed him for Creodibia. Because Creodibia was... He reminded me of the old captain. And... it didn't take long for him to go the same route. Maybe I just have poor judgment in people, but... I was really hoping he was different. I'm hoping that this crew will be different.
Oh, shit. Alright. He'll kind of look a little pause. He'll definitely pause for a minute. And he'll just say, hell, I'm not even speaking as your captain here. I'm just saying this as your friend. I'm glad you got out of there. That doesn't sound good at all.
No. Granted, after leaving all that, as you can see, if they see me, they're probably going to want me dead. I stole a family heirloom from Creodibia, and she just hold up the pocket watch. And when she pops it open, you can see that it has some form of crystal inlay on it.
Interesting.
You can probably guess, because it is a shark person. This probably was before he was living on land, as it is made of prismarine. That little crystal bit.
Alright. Colonel will just kind of look up for a minute, and he'll just say, when it comes to describing my life, feels like a ton of things have happened that are beyond my control. Things that I still sometimes don't know if it was the right thing or not.
Yeah.
But, let me make this clear. Being a captain has been something I've always kind of thought about for a while. And I mean when I say that I do want this to be a crew that has each other's backs. And, no stupid innocent slaying bullshit.
Yeah.
So, he'll offer a fist bump to Yori, and he'll just say,
Yeah.
I'll try to make sure this is a crew you don't regret it, alright?
You can see it is like a soft smile, but it's a genuine one.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of return it.
Colonel will try to give, like, a very confident anime protagonist grin, is the best way I can put it.
Fair enough.
And after that, he'll just say, alright, well, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna try to contact a god I've never heard before till recently. Alright, see ya! He's gonna leave towards his room.
Yeah. So, while you
Boss.
forget to grab the newspaper, from my understanding, Anya's
right.
DM'd me that she wanted to grab a newspaper.
Yes, Lindry would very much like to have a newspaper.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
You could ask Pike
Mollis.
for one. Also, what about
He's
Mollis?
gonna grab Cho. Or not Cho, he's gonna grab, fucking Chrono.
Oh,
Alright, so quick retcon, really quick then, so around the end, he'll take the newspaper probably to look at it, and then that's when Mollis will just come out of nowhere to grab him.
okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna knock this newspaper out real fast if that's alright. Because, like, yeah, you'll probably read it slightly after Lindry does. But, like, you and Lindry both will get this information. Since Lindry and Tanku start reading it as Mollis is grabbing you, we're just gonna go get that out of the way real quick. I think that's pretty fair.
Yay. Paper.
Yeah. So newspaper, fun world facts, because I keep this world spinning even when y'all are interacting with certain things. So,
Bitch.
fun stuff. First of all, it is mentioned that, as mentioned with the Gao area, Gao has been taken over by the Revolutionary Army, as the raid was successful.
Yay!
Huzzah!
So the Navy was driven out. However, the capital has been encased in lava. So the capital is gone.
Oh, so this is the bad ending. Got it.
So the revolutionary armies are doing what they can from what they've talked with the press. Because may I remind you, you guys didn't get the biased press. Because Maulus went out of his way to ask the tiger that he met, the very dedicated news person, to get him his specific newsletter. You're getting accurate information, non-biased information. So,
come to think of it, why the hell did they keep that sort? What was the deal with that whole blue crystal system that blew up the palace? That was kind of weird.
That was probably set up by Halamar because he planned to blow up the castle.
Oh, that would make sense.
Because most likely his plan, as this is more of just me telling you, but as a DM, the player, his plan probably was to take over the country.
Gotcha. Well,
would that have caused him to get his warlord title revoked? Yes, but he was essentially going to forcefully make his own country.
Well, he died to Maulus. I'm okay. I'm still okay with this result.
Fair enough. But yeah, you can see that the Revolutionary Army, from what is said, that they are working to the best of their ability to actually get a new capital built. So, not the whole army, but they're going to leave some people behind, essentially. They're going to keep some outposts open. They don't mention that, obviously, but I think that's common sense. They'll probably keep some outposts open. But they're going to have some of the people from the army actually helping rebuild the capital in, a different location. So it's no longer in the hazardous area. So they're actually taking care of the people. They made sure to get as many people out of the capital as they could. They escorted people. So a lot of people are still relatively safe. So that's the big headline bit. The second thing that's mentioned is that this is a little bit of a smaller article, but it's kind of mentioned because it's thing of it's not anything it's something big, something big happened to a very big, commonly well-known public figure, or it's not the Navy or anything like that. But it is mentioned that a more common everyday noble that was known in a decently well-known country in the Pacific Ocean known as Kowag, a noble known as Lachlan Blair, has been found after having gone missing for over a week. On top of that, his killer or his kidnapper was found and killed, quote unquote. And some of his guards that had gone missing had also been found. The one thing that is also mentioned is that you can see that it has also been mentioned in this same article that that one of the said people that went missing has also once again kind of gone off the grid. As a tabaxi known as Strilk has gone missing again. For who knows what reasons.
Go watch a Misha campaign if you haven't already.
Lore. The next thing that should be mentioned is that so the destroyed island of Niue, right? Mm-hmm. Or no, Extracts. Sorry, Extracts.
Yeah.
It has been mentioned that while the island has been destroyed to oblivion by unknown causes. That is how it's worded. It is by unknown causes, meaning that the newspaper does not know what actually happened there. A certain titan has taken it as a home.
Oh
God, fuck!
As the titan known as Revelations has begun to build himself a throne created out of sea monster bones.
Are we be worried about that?
Oh, that's a different campaign's problem. That's a different campaign's problem. That's a different campaign's problem.
Are you sure about that?
Oh man.
Wee.
The other thing that has been mentioned is that you know how there was mentioned that a certain emperor, a certain pirate emperor of the sea, Scraphead, had protected a certain island that's been floating in the sky for oh so long from the Navy. That island has now been claimed by Scraphead.
Ooh.
Meaning that Captain Adam Holmes has given it Emperor's protection, meaning the Navy can no longer attack it without permission from the very higher-ups, meaning a general or higher has to confirm this attack. It has also been mentioned as like a little like survey analysis that because of the attack on Rosalna, the island of the floating island of the sky, because of that attack, some avian like related races have been starting to drop out of the Navy.
Oh.
So there have been reports that people naturally will like leave, these sorts of things naturally because they grow old, things like that, or because they simply just want a new job. But there's been a increase in resignment specifically from races like Aarakocras, Shonians, especially Shonians and Azamars, as well as like things like the Merid Rafter race and so on.
What's Usagi's ex Tahaki? Fuck.
Yeah, you got the main idea.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what bird species was she? I was curious if she was included on the list.
So technically she is an Aarakocra. It's not guaranteed that she's left, but it is definitely saying for sure that that her race seems to be gotten a little bit of an increase in chances to leave. Most likely, to be fair, a lot of Aarakocra and Shonians and Azamars come from that island specifically. So that's a pretty common. It's very rare to meet someone who doesn't have some form of flying on that island. It's very rare. There have been some people from that island that do not have wings. It's very rare. There are some people. Like there is a Challan general that runs their main army. But it's insanely rare. That being said, there's one other bit that is of interest to you. Which is that the island that you're approaching, they are actively starting in a few days, they will be celebrating their emperor's birthday. So they're going to be throwing a festival.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It is their, I will double check, I'm pretty sure it is their 25th birthday.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you guys will be going to an area where they are actively celebrating the Emperor's birthday. So, fun little fact. You get a party. Yay! 39.
Out of curiosity, quick question. Did the king survive getting his whole capital building blowed up to smithereens?
As of now, he is missing.
Absolutely, probably not.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna guess as a player, absolutely the fuck not.
If he did, that is one resilient king.
Yeah, I kind of expect him to be dead, but I figured I might as well ask.
Fair enough.
Yeah, unless he was a king that got that position by war, I don't put kings at being that tanky.
Yeah, that's literal lava we're talking about, and that castle that he was in fell directly in. So he would have gotten hit by explosions and then fell into lava with the castle.
I think lava in like base D&D does like 8d12 fire damage every 6 seconds or some shit. Like it's insane.
Because it's lava, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah. The other thing,
if he fucking survives, that's...
Elf.
Oh, he's going to be covered in rags for the rest of his life.
Yep.
Mollis is going to grab Chrono, and he's going to... I've got a thing I forgot to mention sooner.
Can you put me down first?
I'm just dragging you. You're fine. You can walk.
Chrono's just gonna very suddenly activate rewind and just get his balancing back that way. And just to fuck with you, Mollis, he's gonna perfectly recite everything you say to the exact same syllable.
I want you to know, if I didn't know you had time magic, I'd throw you in the ocean. For mimicking me like that. No, that's not okay. I want to mention, you can clearly tell he's joking. Like, there's a little bit of humor there.
Okay. Gotcha.
But it's the most, like, when he doesn't like getting mimicked. So, like, if we run into a Kenku who starts using his voice, he's probably gonna target the Kenku. It's like, shut up. Don't copy me, you fuck.
I'm gonna be honest, Chrono would probably take that seriously, so he would use rewind again.
Oh my god.
There we go, timeline's corrected.
God, okay, whatever. The timeline's either horribly fucked over, or everything's fine. I'll probably find out from Ivanine later. Anyway.
Like a butterfly effect post socializing.
Yes. You know, I've got. Oh god, I don't know what it is. All right, here I'll stop dragging you. It just he would kind of get Chrono where it's like, not really the whole cruise around. It's just more like he and Chrono talking. He was like, he would pull up letters from Cho. He's like, I got this on my trip on my own.
Really fast. I'm sorry, Acrid, one more thing. I like to imagine while Chrono's being dragged, I like to imagine Chrono picked up Lindry, seemed interested in the newspaper. So Lindry, you would just get handed the newspaper as Chrono gets dragged away.
Perfect. That means I can actually look for the thing I want to look for.
Alright, there we go.
I want to mention, it's the most just Mollis is just walking and there's Chrono being like, help.
Just takes the newspaper, immediately flips through to find one specific thing.
Oh boy.
Fair.
But yeah, he would pull out the like, I got this from Cho when I I got it from when I was gone. I got this. That's how he would phrase it.
Okay.
So he's gonna check what the fuck's in the letter.
All right. So you can see that it has pictures and it has document. It is essentially, she has gone out of her way to give you information on the admirals and the generals.
Oh!
Holy shit! Like you just see, well, he just sees Moss start clicking. He's like, oh my fucking god, this is useful.
Yeah. So
I think Chrono would probably read over his shoulder or something like that, and his eyes would just kind of widen and he'll just go, holy shit, what?
Okay, this is an admiral, this is an admiral, this is a general, this is a general, oh my fucking god.
So, you would know by looking through this, there are, now, I know this is not exactly to exact IRL, military rankings, but this is how I wanted the ranking to work for this. It is admirals, and then generals are the next rank. So, general is the highest rank, and then admiral is right under it. There are 4 admirals and 3 generals. So they got you information on it. So I'm going to give you the names and a very closed up picture, because it is a very closed up basically just face. I'm not gonna bother putting on OBS for people, because they'll get to see the actual full design when they actually show up if you ever run into them. As the first one you hear about.
When we run into them.
Oh man. But you know that the first admiral that you kind of find straight away is a admiral known as Admiral Eridov, who is a Harengan paladin. Out of the admirals, it is said that they probably have the highest form of morals. They do everything they can to hold their form of true justice. She often will go against orders when she deems the choice to be unjust. So in other words, she doesn't care about the higher-ups' repercussions that they might give her. She does not give a flying fuck. The next one is a
I gotta
doozy.
write this down.
I'm going
I gotta
to
write all this down.
I'm going to write this, by the way. So the next one is a general named Callie Polymyphus, who is not a Eladrin, but a, what do you call it? Not a druid. My brain's blanking. Elf people
Ranger?
that really get... what?
Dryad?
Dryad, yes. As you're looking at this, like, ginger-haired dryad,
Fuck.
they were an Eladrin. They became a Dryad because they're constant overuse in druidic magic. It is said that the horns that she has sprouted is completely made of the wood that is sprouted from her head due to just how much nature magic she uses. There's not much more information that is given because it is probably the fact of she's probably one of the only admirals that doesn't bring a crew with her. She probably goes solo because she likes isolation. Because you're dealing with a Dryad. The third one is an admiral known as Admiral Sorash. And I'm going to send you an image. And it is what you can tell might be a human. He could be a different race, but he's definitely humanoid. But he has this like white hair and these like markings, these black markings underneath his eyes, one under each. And he seems to be slightly well built, kind of like broadish shoulders from that little bit they can kind of see in his picture that they took for him for the Navy. The thing that you know is that is written down is that he is a necrotic Aasimar. And
fuck.
He has become a little bit more he has kind of inherited that more dark mindset. So the notes that has been written down is that he is cruel, brutal, and aggressive. And he seems to mess around with aberrations. So if any, he's probably the worst to fight out of the admirals.
Okay, so what is his name?
Sorash. I will write it out. Hold on, I forgot to write it down. Sorash. Admiral Sorash.
So these are all admirals.
Yep, there's one more admiral. I'm getting you the picture of him. As the last admiral is an orc.
Oh no.
It is an orc known as Umagig. Umagig is his name. Admiral Umagig. I will write that out for you guys.
And then we got Admiral Locke as well.
Yes, Admiral Locke as well. That's the one that doesn't get mentioned. Or, there's a shot he's gone up a rank. But considering he's not on the files, you might be able to guess he might be a secret. If she doesn't have him on there, that means he might be a secret.
Motherfucker.
Meaning they might not know about him. These are the people she knows about. But Umagig is known to be one of the best swordsmen of the Navy. He is known to have a very strong tenacity and resilience that is praised throughout the Navy. Now, we've got your generals. You ready for your generals?
Yeah.
I'm writing notes, goddammit.
Yeah. I want to mention,
I will
while
forget
you
all
write
this.
those down, the one things I will mention that I haven't mentioned, just more for the viewers. You're looking at a Harengan named Aradov, a Dryad named Calamus, a necrotic Aasimar with white hair named Sorash, and a white-haired but long-haired orc with pretty red eyes named Umagig. As you're now going
Those
to
are
look...
vibrant red.
Oh,
That
yeah.
motherfucker has devil sight. I don't give a goddamn.
Yep. As the next general is a general known as Gislia Xildov, who nobody's really too sure on exactly what her race is. But she's been known to be very keen on hemomancy. Like, she loves it. But she's also known as not just someone who goes up front, she's known for her strategic war plans. So she's normally the general that sits in the back and plays puppeteer.
I'm sorry, Hevomancy is what you said?
Hemomancy.
Hemomancy.
That's the
what is
fucking
that?
fire man. That's the blood magic.
That's blood magic.
Got it. Okay. I've genuinely never heard of that term. I was really confused.
Yep, it's a
just-
fairly common term, I think, from my understanding.
Gotcha.
Is
I
it-
don't remember.
Yeah.
The first mate of Palomar was literally using it.
Yep.
Right, I remember that.
Compared to Jezlia, he was fucking nothing.
Understood.
Concern.
Yeah.
We will die in 2 seconds right now.
The next one is I'm going to once again copy his name. His name is Asabi Tadai. So people just call him General Tadai. This is what he looks like. It's this guy with like black hair and a black mask. Commonly like covers the majority of skin. So it could be human, could be something else.
He looks like a ninja.
Possibly is. As I'm going to get you his information real quick. The things that are known about General Asabi is that out of the three, he's known to be the most relaxed, according to Cho. But he specializes in sneak attack, and he has mastered some form of shadow magic that has been passed through his clan.
Fucking of course he has.
Yeah. And the one that a certain someone knows so dearly and hates so much. The volcanic minotaur General Kaijiro. Known to be the most brutal, aggressive bastard of the generals. And has been leading the hive eliminations. This is just a close-up of the guy. This like volcanic ash fur around his head with these like blackish horns. That's just the close-up.
Yeah, there he is fucking again.
But that's the information she left you. She basically got you a bunch of stuff about the generals and admirals.
That's wild.
Got fucking obliterated by that fuck.
Oh man. Yeah, there's your information.
Yeah, Mollis looks fucking pissed on seeing that guy's image.
Valid.
Not surprised to see him though. It's like, oh man, he's alive. I'm so happy. I'm going to fucking carve your throat out. That's just like, that's just what he says, just passively.
I feel like in response to that, Colonel will just say, buddy, if you could survive that giant fucking moth monster, we're on our way.
He's the one that killed my hive, so I have a personal vendetta in wanting to see his head on my fucking wall.
Don't worry. You'll get it. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
I want to mention that's just a thing Mollis openly fucking says. You killed everyone I knew. I'm putting your head on my fucking wall.
Yeah.
No, I just realized something. Colonel would just kind of suddenly, almost like a little sad, and he'll just say, oh, right. Almar's dead. I don't have an arch nemesis anymore. Damn.
Yeah, well now it's my turn.
I think yours might take a little longer than mine, Mollis.
It's fine. It's fine. I can work on my psychic energy so I can fucking explode his brain while he's still alive.
Chrono.
Yeah?
You see a fly. It begins to fly up to you.
Wait, what was that, Nitz? Sorry?
A fly. It begins to fly up to you. It points out with a little toothpick and points it at your head. And it just goes, I am Skibida of the 19th generation. I am your and he fucking dies of old age.
Oh, shit.
I remember this bitch from fucking...
Wasn't it?
No, this is a different guy. It's a different fly.
Chrono's kind of blinking and just mutters to himself all. I like to think Mollis just kind of goes on this whole, like, serial killer rant where Chrono just looks confused, going like, what?
Never mind.
Oh, man.
Mollis just slightly shakes his head and his eyes go back to normal from being fucking frenzied for a moment. He's like, I hate this fucker a lot. Like, I hate this bitch.
Valid, by the way.
Hey, Mollis, if you keep an eye out for any new potential arch nemesises, please let me know first.
Nemesis?
Nemesi, I guess?
Nemesis.
Nemesis. Oh, hi,
Well,
Lestry.
well, I guess I should say this then, because I'm noticing a problem.
Yeah?
You remember that one fucker we saw that was killing? You probably don't know what they're called, but they're called Inglerians. You remember on Extracts, the island that got sunk?
That's something I could never forget. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that big fish guy that got launched? That was an Inglerian.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Now it's coming back to me.
Yeah. Inglerians and Gregors, we typically fight because hives don't like each other. Just a simple, like, nature thing. Balance and order and whatever the fuck.
Gotcha.
That was a chieftain. That was one of their stronger people getting their shit kicked in by a guy that we recognized as Admiral Locke, thanks to Pike. Here's the problem. What are we not seeing on this fucking papers?
Oh, shit. Wait, yeah, no, you got a point.
So Mollis just goes, who are we not seeing? Who are we not? No, boy. Lovely.
That's weird. That's really weird.
I'm so glad there's an admiral that's hidden from the breast of the fucking Navy.
Oh god, is this weird government shit again? Oh, I hate weird government shit.
Oh, I can't wait to fucking usurp all of them. Alright.
You were mentioning something about Gregors and Galarians. I'm not gonna...
Yeah.
Man, I wish I had a cool rivalry with someone. I mean, I'm just gonna be upfront with you. No one hates humans more than humans.
I mean, that's technically like your rivalry. It's just your own people. I mean, technically, you could say elves because they live so much longer than humans. Humans also kind of act as a rival to literally fucking everyone because they kind of just spite everyone by living short lives and completing more than an elf would normally in that same period of time.
Shin's just standing, like, on the other side of the ship, staring. Nah.
This is not a poke at you, goddammit. It's
Nah,
just-
he's not paying attention.
You know, I
Yeah, no.
remember I've talked to my two-sater friends about the concept of living for a long time, like how they do. Oh, the fucking irony. That is not
I
aged
mean-
well.
I mean, I don't remember exactly how long Gregors lived, but maybe if I don't get killed again, just that, like, again, yeah, he should be stuck here for about 800 years if I live the full extent of my life, which I'm so happy.
Assuming I don't get any horrible accidents, probably go up to thousands and thousands of years. I haven't done the calculations myself.
Yeah, isn't like a year a day for you?
Yeah, pretty much. I ran the experiment myself because, I mean, I had all that free time in prison, so I counted my days, took multiple observations of my body, and yeah, I learned that in order to actually age a day, I have to wait 1 full year.
My man, you are going to be around for a long fucking time.
Oh, I know.
I would have mentioned Wallace since he goes, rough guess. Just a rough, out there kind of guess.
For context, I'm 389 right now, if that helps your guess.
You're probably looking at like tens of thousands of years.
Luckily, with how things have been, I haven't been. I used to be obsessed with the past, and with how the way things have been, I've had absolutely no time to think of the long-term future. That's for damn sure.
Don't worry. Don't worry. You'll figure it out.
I don't even know what I'd be doing with myself if I turned 10,000 years old, for God's sake.
I
Probably
could be doing my
people.
math wrong, honestly. I'm not even doing math. I'm not.
I think
I'm just rough guessing.
Nah,
You're gonna be around for a long fucking time.
it's at least around the thousands. That I know for certain.
Well,
Uh,
okay, hold on. I wanna. 69 times.
well, anyways, bye. He'll just
See
leave
ya.
the code to his room.
It's fucking goddamn it. Alright. Oh, God. You don't want to mention Mollis just has this expression of God, fuck. Alright.
Yeah, you guys can make your way over to the Jaiko Dynasty within those next, few days.
I still have a question.
Yes?
I was still looking through newspaper.
Okay.
Specifically to see if there was anything about missing persons.
I can check. I will say this is a global newspaper. I can check. I will be honest. Global newspapers, they'll mention, when someone is found when they're missing, but they oftentimes will not mention if they're just missing. But I can check. That is a 6, so I'm gonna have to say there's not anything on there about missing people this time at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I never got my actual answer for that.
That's fair. I knew you said something, and then I didn't hear anything else past that because there was still a conversation going on, so I didn't know what the full question was.
So much on, so I was trying to stay.
It's valid. There's a lot going on. But yeah, there's that answer. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? Or...
No, not that I know of.
Okay, unless Ooblecz is randomly gonna, take a bath in the ocean or something.
Rizzo.
That reminds me, the water. By now, you should have been able, by the time you get to the island, you should have been able to get rid of the majority of water and alcohol out of your body. So,
Oh shit.
you're no longer brown.
Well,
If no one else has anything to do, I actually do have 2 more things I would like to actually do before we land on this island.
Okay.
So it's anyone else have anything or
Figure out
Getting-
someone who uses
get more
fucking
water in me.
scimitar.
You're gonna what? You're gonna what, Issa?
get more water in
You
me.
get more wine? Okay. I'm guessing. Are you doing that the day you're arriving, or are you doing that before?
Like a day before.
Okay. How much water are you just grabbing, or is there a specific amount, or are you just dipping yourself in, seeing what you grab?
Dipping myself in.
All right. Yeah.
No,
okay.
I laughed at that. I'm sorry.
Alright,
Because
okay.
we're getting 4 feet of water.
4 feet of water. All right. So you grab 4 feet of water. Is there any buff to you having 4 feet of water specifically on that water?
There's a
table?
buff for
It's the
exactly
+1
4 feet.
charisma, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. I think. Right. Yeah.
I think
yeah.
so. I think that's it.
Where is that thing I sent you? Right, pens. Double check. Yeah, 4 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So at 4 feet, you get a +1 to your con, and you get that extra 5-foot limb range. So it's not charisma, it's con that you get that little buff to. If you want to get a charisma buff, it's not until you hit 8 feet. You do get a -1 to your dex at 6 feet, but you get a +1 charisma to your at 8 feet. If you get 10 feet, you can use the goo gun mechanic.
Oh my god, wait, there's some. Wait!
Yeah.
I think I want to get 12 foot of water inside of me.
Okay, you get 12 feet of water inside of you. Are you just gonna keep this on your blob state? So that means you're technically a 15 by 15. You're 15 feet wide, you're 15 feet tall unless you distribute the water a specific way. Or you just stay as a big old blob.
Big old blob would be crazy. Nah, I don't. Ooblecz has to think about that one real quick.
Yeah, because I'll let you know right now, every 5 feet is like a square. So if you're 15 by 15, if you're like 15 feet wide essentially right now, then you would be taking up a 3 by 3.
You're larger than the slimes on the side of the boat.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my god, no way!
yeah, they're you could stand like this and be this big and take this many tiles, or you could condense yourself into a more humanoid form that you have. And just put the water in a specific way so that way you're not condensing.
So crazy.
That's completely up to you on how you condense yourself. But that would
I'm
allow
gonna
you
go to a humanoid form.
Okay. Man or woman, how are you condensing it? Explain to me how you condense yourself, because I think that matters.
My god, yeah. Dude, it's so silly.
This is goofy, but we love it. Yeah, so you can condense yourself. You condense yourself to what form?
oh, woman.
What? I did not catch that.
Humanoid.
Gotcha.
Humanoid one.
The reason why I ask human is because from my understanding, you have multiple human forms. Do you not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what human form are you doing? I'll just bring you down to the 2x2 now.
Wait, did you ask what?
Yeah, like what type
Which
of human form are you working with here?
This is the guy one.
Oh, the guy one. Okay, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
I said it way back.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get an answer on, double check. Because I know Dylan said it just in case, but also I wanted to get double check from the player themselves, just in case. Yeah, so yeah, you just like, where are you putting all that water at? Are you just trying to evenly distribute it, or are you like making a giant bobblehead of yourself? Like, what's going on with that? It's a massive head.
No.
You give yourself like big cartoon muscle arms, like Popeye would eat spinach.
Fucking Popeye over here.
No, it's gonna be like probably like keep the proportions like pretty good, pretty similar. Make myself like condense myself to be like pretty normal proportions. Aside from the chest, it's gonna be big chest.
Okay, gotcha. So
Not
you
so big, just toned, you know.
yeah, no, I get you. You got those like Roronoa Zoro tits. I get you. Chief.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I get you. Don't worry.
2 nipple style.
3 sword style. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, just remember, while you're in this form with this amount of water, just make sure you keep track of this. You get a temporary +1 to your con, a -1 to your dex, and a +1 to your charisma, and you'll be able to use the goo gun mechanic as long as you keep this water. I don't know if you plan to keep this amount of water when you get to the island.
We'll see.
Yeah, I will see.
They're not trying to get me, I think, this time.
Yeah, they're probably not. Who knows? But yeah, you said you had one other thing done? One or two other things?
So two things. First one, can knock out super quickly.
Okay.
I know you said you've been ruling for it, but I might as well double check just in case. Has Gonzalez sent a letter to Chrono about who his father was?
Nope. It's probably going to be a bit.
Thought.
He's probably going to have his hands tied dealing with the whole thing in Gao.
Makes perfect sense.
It's going to be a long while, bud.
2, I know it's implied how much of a long shot this would be, but can I try to contact the originator, I think was the name, the creator of the God Fruits, just to see if I get a nat 20?
Sure, you can try, even with a nat 20, it's not even going to be a D20 actually, it's going to be a D100.
Okay, got it. So, for
There's
context,
no modifier.
So, Chrono would probably just kind of go into his room and just kind of sit down in the middle of it, trying to meditate on it, for context. And that is a decent roll, 81.
Even with an 81, you sit there for a while, you don't get any contact with the originator.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, fair enough.
It has been known that the originator, the person who originally created basically everything you're living on, and also it's the person who gave the gods their powers to begin with, they have kept complete isolation from the entire mortal plane and even from the other gods since the creation.
Would it be cheap to ask, since we're so I think it would be about 3 days left when Chrono would do this, because on the first day, Chrono had to go to bed early because of the whole abjuration plane. Would it be cheap for me to ask to roll D100 2 more times, one for each day?
I'll say with the originator, that will not be possible.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's kind of where I have to put a hard stop with the originator specifically, because unlike the other gods, if you didn't manage to contact her this day, try again next month. That's the type of way she is, or they are, or he
understood.
is. Who fucking knows?
Got it.
Yeah, the originator is one of those gods.
Got it. What was that, Acrid?
I got 2 or 3 things, because I'm also looking into his inventory. Like, looking at his, like, collection of shit. He's like, I don't need all of this. Hold on.
Okay.
So, he's gonna walk up to Lindry.
Lindry? Alright.
And he just go, I'm not a magic caster, but I got these here. And he's gonna hand her some spell checkers.
Heck yeah.
That he's just had in his inventory.
For a while.
For a fucking while, he's been sitting on them. He's like, I don't know what these do. I'm not magical.
Yeah. I think they're
I
already
have
made
magic
naturally
now.
on D&D Beyond, if I remember right. So you can.
You
Just...
did make them because
Yeah.
I had them. So you were like, fine, bitch, I'll make them.
Yep. I still gotta make your cloak, by the way. Apologies for that. Also, I gotta make the proper mechanic for Issa's goo gun. But I know the main gist of it, so if she tries to use it today, we can roll off like the base draft for then.
Yeah.
You just like look at the distance, like what is that in the corner of my eyes? Big as fuck.
Do you want to do you try to use that today, by the way, just to get an idea of how it works?
I don't think I have like any instance where I need to use it today.
Fair enough.
All
Alright, so let's keep it going. What is it, Acrid?
Mollis is going to also head over to honestly, he'll walk up to Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be like, hey, he was like, just in case someone casts some magic on you or something here. I was like, I don't need it because of my natural resistance. And he would hand him a ring of cold resistance. I got fucking decursed.
Heck yeah. You just give
So it's
you a
not
nod.
just a normal fucking ring, as far as I'm aware. That's what I was told.
Heck yeah. It's literally just a normal ring. They just had to get all the extremely petty curses off that thing.
Yeah.
You just can't give you a nod and just go, I appreciate it, mate.
I don't know what all magic users will do, but I know that I'm assuming cold is a common element up here.
I won't say it's completely common. I mean, fire is the most common, but it's more common than seeing things like force or lightning.
That's something, I guess.
Still useful nonetheless.
He would go, and now I don't know who the fuck to give this to, because I don't know how many people can use this. He, like, looks around, he's like, I don't know who can use this. He has that scimitar that there's, like, almost no one here that can use martial weapons. Like, there's very few people here that can use martial weapons.
What about Giltart?
He has a great axe. I don't think he'd want it. It's a scimitar.
Fair.
Yeah, he's more on, like, great weapons.
I do want to point out, please correct me if I'm wrong, Nits, but I thought you said that the ship has 16 rooms, I believe?
That would be correct. How many passengers do we have?
We have 15, actually. I just counted.
Okay, cool. Then,
so,
yeah, you still have one open room then. I think I said last time, that it was, like, close because I probably just miscounted a crewmate or something like that.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I was just pointing it out because it's like, alright, hey, I mean, we play our cards right, we find someone for that scimitar, that's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Mollis, I won't lie, he's half tempted to give it to fucking, Mr. Whiskers. So Mr. Whiskers just has, like, a scimitar in his mouth, so he can just shank people in the neck as he's wrapped around them.
Is he even proficient in martial? Let me check.
I don't know if he is. He should be proficient in scimitars.
He's a druid. Yeah, true. He can use scimitars. This is true.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I was like, okay, I know he can. I know probably the robot can, but I feel like the robot's arm is a more effective weapon than the fucking scimitar.
Fair.
Fucking robot. Kasheshe might be able to. But again, I don't know what tricks he has, and also I don't see him fighting very much.
Yeah.
So
his main priority isn't fighting; it is keeping your ship alive.
Yeah.
He could technically use it. Yeah, artificers can use martial weapons, so that is an option.
I think some of them can and some of them can't.
Yeah, he can.
Neat.
So yeah.
I'm gonna just see. I'm gonna roll because I'm indecisive. Okay, let's keep that checked out for Mollis. That's okay. All right, so he's gonna give it to Mr. Whiskers.
All right.
He'd be like, "Hey, Mr. Whiskers,
Huh?
I got something for you, bud."
A present for me.
You could call it that.
My
Consider
God.
it sort of a considering how both of us came back, this might be able to put to use to you. And he would give him the Devil's Strike Scimitar, which will let him have a multi-attack of 3 randomly. So
Heck yeah.
What the fuck?
yeah. It's a scimitar I got, and I'm not proficient in it, so I can't really use it.
Yeah. I just gotta make it, because I didn't make it before because, since you weren't proficient, I didn't bother making it. Yeah, I just gotta make it, and I'll add it into his inventory.
Yeah, so, Flame Double Strike, and apparently, because it has a recharging thing, that just means every turn he rolls a d6 and see if he gets it back.
Yep. It's a good weapon.
That's a really good weapon. I wish I could keep it, but I like my fucking Calcifer.
It's fair. Oh man, yeah, he'll get the he'll get the Devil's Scimitar though. That's good.
Yeah, if you like, you're like, and oh my god, I'm realizing how much shit I've had in my inventory. Oh my god! All right, one more thing. Just shit he's got stockpiled.
Oh, that's good. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would walk over. He'd also, I know that we need to actually equip the crew, and since Mollus is the one that hoards shit,
Sure.
he's the one that has to give shit out. He's gonna walk over to Karori,
Okay.
and he was like, I'm back with more magic items. I need to make sure I'm not about to kill myself with them.
Mm-hmm. What do you have?
He would offer up the Dust of Disappearance, that he doesn't know if it's actually Dust of Disappearance or the chokeout gas.
Luckily, she got a really good investigation, so she'd be able to tell you straight away. You won't have to even wait. She would like inspect it and just go, "This isn't a dust of disappearance. This is a dust of sneezing.
Okay, I was afraid of that.
You put this on
Alright.
yourself, and you're going to be sneezing for a good while. And if you get unlucky, you might pass out simply because you couldn't get enough oxygen."
Yeah, it's okay. I'm
Mhm.
gonna switch that. Like, yeah.
Glad
no,
you ran that by me.
Yeah, no, I won't lie. When we were fighting the aberration, I was like, maybe this will be helpful. But also, it had a small little tag that said might cause sneezing, and I was like, I'm gonna get this checked, and I forgot.
Fair enough. I'm glad you got it checked.
It's that look of God, fuck. I have all this shit.
Oh man.
Alright, I think that's everything.
Okay.
I have one more thing, and I promise that's it.
All right.
Okay. So, I'm not expecting I'm not expecting a positive result out of this. This is just more for just like flavor lore or something like that.
Okay.
And after Chrono spends probably an hour or two in his room trying to get in contact with this originator, he just kind of sighs as he just opens his eyes, just kind of leans back for a minute, and he was like, "Oh, that was a waste of time." He sits himself back up, and he'll just kind of throw this out to the room, where he'll just say, "Hey, Samantha? Are you there?" And he'll just wait for it to see if there's any response.
No response.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Still though, I hope you're doing good, as I'm really not sure what you classify as at this point. I'm gonna take a nap now. And he will crawl on bed.
Fair enough. All right. So yeah, you'll go pass out. You keep trying throughout that week, obviously. Not the week, but the traveling time. And you guys will eventually make your way to Jaiko Dynasty in the morning. I'm gonna swap up the music here. Hell yeah. As you can start approaching this little area. Something that's interesting about Jaiko is that as you're approaching the island, you'd realize there's no sand near its shores.
Oh.
In fact, there's no normal ground. this island is completely made of floral, like, plant life. In other words, every single bit of ground, quote-unquote, that you're standing on is plant life.
Oh god, this thing is very flammable. Oh no.
Most likely due to the more oceanic type of plant life that is growing, that has created this island, it's probably resistant heavily to fire.
Thank God.
Otherwise, it would have already been burned up by so many things. But yeah, essentially.
I would love this place.
Yeah.
I think I might bring Tassie onto land for this one.
Oh yeah, valid, dude. Tassie would love this place. There are, and I'm gonna grab some information here for you. Essentially, with this island, you can see trees just like covering this area, this place from head to toe. And not just small trees. You can see some trees that go up into the clouds. These like mountainous, thick trees. You can see where people have built like essentially buildings that spiral around these trees. With like these like wooden buildings and like wooden staircases that go like around the tree. You can see where some people have built them pretty high up on there, and you can see where some people have built them way lower on the ground. You can also see where a lot of people just built directly onto the ground. As you're approaching, as this is a pretty, it's one of those things where this is one of those dynasties where they don't have their stuff condensed down like some of the other towns and places that you've been to, where like they have all their stuff in one small little short area of the island. They've spread their buildings out throughout the majority of this island. So it's less condensed and more spread out. So going to places on this island will probably take a little bit more time, but it just looks nicer and doesn't feel like everything's been cluttered up. It doesn't feel like the island, the whole kingdom of the island, is just a little port town. It feels like it is a proper country. As you're starting to see that difference between the living styles of the Pacific Ocean islands and the motherfucking bottomless sea. This is the first bottomless sea island that you guys have been to. So keep that in mind. But yeah, when you appear here, you can see all that fun little stuff. It's a grand little time. You can see that besides everything going on in Jaiko, you can see where the festival has obviously started kicking off. You can see fireworks being shot off in like the sky. You can see where they have like all sorts of like colored flags with all types of patterns being like basically strung up on different areas of trees, and even people like near the shore areas where they're kind of like waving flags and doing just all sorts of festivities, from dancing to there are some volleyball matches that are going on, by the way. They've ordered makeshift sand, and they've made like basically rings for like volleyball matches. And you can see where they have like a gladiatorial like ring area that they seem to be holding something off at as well. Besides that, you have like the normal buildings that you can kind of see within this area.
I can't go in any buildings, can I?
No, you could. I thought about this after the last time. What you could do is you literally just have to like you bring one part of your body in through the door, right? And then you condense all that water into the other half. So like,
oh my God.
So like, you for like a second, you might have to condense all the water down into like your lower half of your body, and then stick your other like your like upper half through, and then push all of it up into your upper half so that you can bring the rest of your body through. But there is a way to get around it without like possibly destroying someone's doorway. It's more doable in the humanoid form, genuinely, because if you did it in that blob form, your body would be squeezing itself through, and yes, you would have been able to get through, but the problem would have been that you could have taken out someone's doorway. Because that's a lot of body mass pressure. Well, basically water and acid that's pushing itself through. But if you do it like that, you'll be fine.
Oh shit.
So it'll be a little bit of a funky entrance, and you know, you might have to like have a lot of heavy upper body and lower body at some points, but you know, you can just refix yourself. You'll be fine.
Technically, I can fit in like 1-inch holes.
Technically, yeah. You just make yourself as you just make yourself a really long string.
I have to be long. Okay.
Oh man, I will mention though, there is only I will say this: the smallest you can get is 1 foot. That is the minimum, because you still have your core that you gotta keep track of.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
You can't shrink your core, so you can't get like 1 inch smaller or something like that. Well, a foot is the smallest you can get. But yeah, you guys can basically dock. It's kind of one of those weird things. Like, yeah, they do have proper docks, but because essentially like you're kind of stepping on like trees that have like oceanic trees that have learned to grow in the ocean, that have kind of just sprouted in every which way, and a lot of times you're just kind of walking on roots essentially. You can kind of just dock on like a random part of a tree's root, and that can be your dock, honestly.
All right. I think Chrono would just kind of look really excited as the ship is docking. How he's chosen to interpret this island is like, oh, so this is like Whiteside, a country, but this looks way cooler.
Yeah. Unlike Whiteside, it's not a dynasty. Or Whiteside is Whiteside's not a dynasty. But besides that, there's no technological advances like Whiteside. And also just like in general, it's just Whiteside had some decent amount of flora. They did like to keep their nature in check because there were like druidic tribes that grew up on there before they started to become way more technologically advanced. So to keep the peace, they did do that. But obviously, you now know about they were starting to kill off those tribes. Though that's why the furbolgs were mad. So you didn't get to see how floral it was compared to like how it used to be when you were growing up as a kid. So it might be different nowadays. You didn't really get to keep a good eye on it, but it's definitely different. It's definitely a lot nicer than what you grew up with Whiteside. That's for sure.
I think Chrono would kind of like gently nudge Lindry actually with his elbow, and he'll just speak to her saying, "This is sort of what we do. I mean, being pirates is basically a great chance to see the world. Unless we're actively doing any fighting, sometimes we just, I don't know, explore."
You also tend to do a lot of running in the Navy.
It's a lifestyle.
Are you trying to sell me on the idea?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you seemed a little hesitant joining this crew or you talked about how you were forced or something like that. So I just wanted to at least mention the positives.
We have good fish.
Yeah, we have good fish too.
We have fish! I shout.
Yeah!
Wallace and Ooblecz, they beat up a full-grown shark. True story.
We still have shark rations!
Yeah.
Lindry would just set her
wait,
hand on
really?
Chrono's shoulder and just, your charisma could use a bit of work, but trust me, if I didn't want to be here, then I wouldn't be.
I want to mention Wallace walks by at the yep,
alright.
by herself.
Heck yeah.
At the comment of the shark fight thing, he's like, "Yep, all by herself." He just keeps walking.
Man needs to learn how to lie.
I don't think he was trying.
What's a lie? How do I do that? You're a bitch? No, that's not a lie. That's just a mean thing to say. I'm sorry. My bad. I'll go watch my mouth. No, Pike, you don't need... I'm sorry. I'll go do it.
Chrono just looks really confused.
Dude, I feel like Pike is approaching.
Yeah, no, Pike was approaching. He was just kind of
That reminds me.
Yeah?
Who was it that approached Lindry from the NPCs?
I believe
that was Pike as well.
Did Pike ever look at that coin he was given?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes, he has kept it in mind.
Oh wait, also at this point, I feel like when they get here, Molly's gonna look at me like, wait. You know, I feel like it should have taken me way longer to notice this. Where the fuck's the rabbit?
I ate
Oh, don't
him.
worry about that. He's predisposed.
And you hear
What?
from the ether in your head, Mollis. He's with me, don't worry. He's in good hands.
I feel like Chrono would
Thanks,
just
yes.
hide and stare at Mollis, and he'll just say, I'm not even surprised.
You guys look so tiny now.
Mollis turns around and says, well, yeah, no shit. You're like 20 feet tall.
Yes. I think it's 12 feet.
Ooblecz, with
Yeah.
all due respect, I think you're gonna single-handedly be responsible one day for the ocean dropping 1 feet in width.
I think so.
Or
I can't wait
depth.
to consume more water. I don't think I can consume anymore.
You-
It's the
You
bit more
could, but you
difficult.
would only get disadvantage. You'd only get minuses. You
Alright.
wouldn't get any buffs if you did any more than what you currently have.
Yeah, all this
Maybe we
water
just
is
looked
so,
at
so
Chrono.
much.
And just width or depth.
Both.
I'm gonna rewind just
I-
before Literary asks that question. And I'm just gonna casually walk off.
Oh man.
Mollis would just turn to Lindry, place his hands there. I'm guessing you were about to ask a question.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, there was some time magic. You definitely asked it already once. Mollis would go, don't worry, he knows you asked it, and he doesn't want to deal with it. We might not know what the question is, but
Chrono's like walking away, just saying, that's time magic for you, you never know! For certain! As he's like shuffling away.
Lavana
you,
poking around. I heard there's information that I'm
Oh,
missing.
oh. Yeah, go talk to the time user. He distorted time probably more than once this trip.
I'll make my way. Just gotta handle something real quick.
Chrono looks like he's about to strangle you, Molly. He'll
Just
I want to mention, Mollis basically does the peace signs and disappears as he goes onto the island. Like, it's the most, like, he grabs Tassie and goes.
Okay, I'm
looks
gonna.
at Miko and is just. If you happen to somehow bite Chrono, you won't get in trouble from me.
I don't recommend that. Maul's Maul's advice, Captain. He might have to do something anyways, because order stuff thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's just, Mollis just, I want to mention, he's just walking with Tassie on his shoulder. He's just going into the village.
Hey, get your claws out of my
And
chair.
it's just. It would be an accident. Maybe.
I want to mention,
Well,
I definitely, I definitely feel like the dog sits there like,
Totally.
sure.
Yeah, Miko just has this expression of totally an accident.
Chrono is just gonna squint as I feel like he just kind of heard the whole conversation.
I
And he'll
definitely
just,
don't feel like there was any secrecy with this
Yeah.
fucking conversation.
No,
No,
not
there
at all.
wasn't.
and Chrono will just very audibly say, time magic bullshit is real and I'm not afraid to use it.
Then you'll just be bitten multiple times.
I wouldn't admit to using time magic, but the witch is gonna want to know what she missed out on.
Shit, right. Hey Yuri, where are you?
You see, actually, you know what? Roll me a perception check.
Ah, sugar. Okay, hang on, let me double check. Ah, shit.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
She is dead gone.
Chrono mutters something like, oh, I was gonna ask her if she wanted to come along with me. Hey, Benjamin, you doing nothing? Preferably you're oh so free to get moving in the next 5-ish seconds?
Yeah, mate. Let me just grab some of my stuff in. I'll be on my way with you.
Cool, be fast.
Miko,
And
don't
Chrono-
let him leave.
And Chrono eats the gear and stops time. And when time resumes, he's already off the ship.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's one of the things where, like, Benjamin, like, you see him starting to make his way to go grab some of the stuff that he needs real quick. And, like, as he's making his way into the ship to go grab it, you see Levana making her way out of the ship.
I want to mention this Mollis is just having fun with this at this point because he knows there's no saving Chrono from using his abilities.
Yeah.
Miko, on the other hand, has started to turn towards Chrono.
I want to point out, because of this time magic bullshit, Chrono's already nearly at the end of the dock. He's activated Accelerate and used cut.
Oh man, don't forget to expend your charges, by the way.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
so I think Miko will be taking a chomp at you.
No, Miko does a slam with a +7 to hit.
I will say, since he's already off the ship and y'all haven't put down a board yet, I will have to say Miko probably wouldn't be able to get to them straight away. That is something I will have to
rolled a nat 19.
Okay.
He's like jumping over.
Oh no.
Okay, that's a bit of a drop. Okay.
Are you sure you want the doggo to do that?
That might hurt the dog. I'm gonna be honest. Are you sure about this?
Also, I was gonna say, what's Miko's walking speed?
They're fast, if I remember correctly.
Dune runners. Let me check.
Miko is determined.
Oh my god. Are you sure you don't do this? Just no.
I'm sorry, the dice have spoken with a natural 20.
Okay, so they have... Okay, so Acrid, you didn't give me their movement speed. You gave me a lot of stuff. Move speed's not one.
Fuck, did I forget the movement speed?
Yes. You gave me HP, AC, their stats, their senses, but no, the one thing you didn't think about was movement speed.
My bad.
You're good.
They are fast. For animals at least.
I'm gonna say for now, at least just for this moment, so just for the heck of it, we're gonna say it probably is running at 40. Because even if it is supposed to go faster, this is not its natural terrain.
Okay, gotcha. So since I already used Accelerate, and since this is relevant now, because of that, I can move 55 feet per turn for a little bit, and since Chrono is dashing, if I understand correctly, 40 gets turned into 80. So Chrono would, if he did all of that just now, before Miko was getting ready to bite him, he would already be long gone.
Yeah, I'd say he'd probably be out before Miko can start making a move, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll ride with that. I know y'all want to do a bit there, but there are some things that come into play with that. So I'd have to say that probably will get canceled out, so...
Yeah, so
I was gonna have it be for the sake of hilarity, but okay.
So as Benjamin
Ruin my fun.
Oh my god.
Bruh. So yeah, no, as Benjamin gets out, you could probably just spot Chrono already at the end of the dock, being surrounded by his like green magical energy.
Fair enough. Yeah, Benjamin will start making his way over to you. Also, you'll notice Levana was joking. She kind of already knows. Don't ask why she knows, but she knows. But yeah, she'll probably actually, for once, because Ooblecz has shown interest in chatting with them before, so she'll actually go around with Ooblecz for a bit. So yeah, Shindeo and Levana will tag along with Ooblecz, unless someone else asks for them to specifically tag along with them. Gotta be real. Now, I know Pike would probably go around with Mollis, and nobody really, I think, yet has a harsh, a close connection with Lenry. But if you wish to have any specific NPC come around with you, they'd probably be more than happy to. Because right now it's literally just like NPCs kind of getting to hang out and just kind of like chill. So if there's anyone you want walking around with you, Lenry, you can.
Moms would be happy to have Pike and Cassie.
Okay, yeah, Cassie can come along. But nobody in specific?
No,
Okay.
Lindry's just gonna be wandering around with Miko.
People are walking with me. Yay!
So,
This is so big.
I'm gonna let you know right now, a lot of this stuff, there are some things that you can interact with, not everything can be interacted with. Well, actually, anything can be interacted with, D&D. But, like, the things that are actually have proper mechanics and functions, there is the volleyball stuff, which you guys have done before. So there are volleyballs if you guys wish to play volleyball with the group again. There is also a fighting tournament that seems to be getting hosted near that tournament area, if you wish to sign up for that. There's probably a prize of some sorts.
Wallace is heading over there.
That is fair. You'll know that the fighting tournament will not start until tomorrow, but you can go and sign up for it. So it gives everybody like a day to like decide whether or not. Another fun thing. Inside that said area right now, because there's no tournament going on, they're actually holding a mini game that I've created. And yes, you can get money for it. It is called a cavalry battle, where you pair up with someone else. It can be an NPC, it can be with another player. And basically one person will ride on their partner's shoulders. The person on top will be given a red piece of cloth. In this cavalry battle, they must continue to hold on to the red piece of cloth. If it's taken away from them, they lose the match. Basically, you want to, 1, keep yourself from getting eliminated, and 2, gain the most amount of cloth. So when the timer goes off, when the timer goes off, you have the most. So,
hey, Mr. Whiskers, you want to do the funniest shit ever?
Dude, Mr. Whiskers, that could be fucking crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I would actually want to team up with Mr. Whiskers for that.
Okay.
Because, I mean, good fucking luck getting on off him, dog.
I want to mention 3 other things real quick before we start kicking things into play here, just ahead of time. Before we forget, there are 3 other buildings that may be of interest to you guys, which is the Bai Tavern, Chio's Anvil, and Bottle and Potion.
Oh boy.
Heck yeah. So what do you guys want to do?
Sign up for the tournament.
Sign up for a tournament. So we've got one for Moss. We have Chrono signing up as well. Ooblecz, are you signing up for a tournament?
I want to sign up for the fighting one, but the cavalry one seems fun. But like, I'm 12 feet. I think somebody should ride me, not vice versa.
No, that's fair. So you can sign up for the cavalry. So you don't want to do the fighting, but you do want to do the cavalry, correct?
I don't want to do both.
You want to do both? That's fine. Yeah, you can do both. Yeah, so you can sign up for both. So you'll be put into a bracket as well. Lindry, do you end up wanting to do one of the 2?
Lindry's just gonna look around, see what she can find.
Okay, cool.
I also want to do cavalry. That sounds hilarious.
Okay, so we had 2 people for cavalry. Does Monolith want to mess around with cavalry?
He's gonna let the other people enjoy that. He's gonna go do his own thing.
Okay.
Just enjoy life.
Understood.
Okay.
He's gonna take a proper break and walk around.
Heck
okay,
yeah.
Issa, do you want to do the cavalry one together? Because if you can lift Chrono while you're 12 feet tall, we can
That's
just
kind of bullshit.
Fun fact: I can extend any portion of my body however long I want. No, not however long I want, but I can extend a portion of my body pretty long.
You would have my full support on this. Do you want to bullshit cavalry together?
Let's bullshit cavalry.
Bullshit cavalry.
Dude, the sad thing is they literally can't object to this. They literally can't. As long as you don't go blob form. Because if you're in blob form, they're going to be like, well, that's a monster. We can't let a monster participate. But we can let a humanoid participate. So
Yeah, humanoid.
Basically, you have a slime giant and a human working together.
yeah.
Alright, with my time magic bullshit and your elasticity bullshit, they won't know what hit them, dog.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Crazy.
So you 2 sign up together. You would know that if you manage to win this, you'll be able to get 200 rupees. So you can split between the 2 of you.
Alright, I don't know about you, but I don't know how you would want to canonize it, Issa. But could it just be something like Ooblecz comes up to Chrono and just says something like, I got a plan?
No.
Yeah,
Ooblecz comes up, I have an idea.
What are you thinking?
Ooblecz has
Okay,
an
yeah.
idea. Okay.
Okay.
Ooblecz goes up
Yeah,
to
it's
Chrono and is
probably
like, Chrono, do you want to ride me?
Chrono will just kind of clap his hands together, take a deep breath, and he'll just say, elaborate.
That game with the cavalry? Okay, you go on top of me. And you go on top of me, right? And then we grab these flags. We run about and grab flags. I can like stretch my body. Any part of my body, whenever you want. I can stretch you around and just we get the shit.
Ooblecz? I like the way you think, buddy. I'm in.
Oh, I'm flattered. Yes. Yay! Chrono gets to ride me!
Don't scream that out loud, please.
You
We are in
see-
public, Ooblecz.
You see Lavana, who was with you guys, go, oh, didn't know you were like that. And you see her just walk off.
No.
Interesting. As you see her just writing something down.
He seems like he'd enjoy it, so I think
Erase that!
Yeah,
Erase
I can,
that!
I
Whatever
can
you
see
just-
that. Understood.
No!
So he's like that. Interesting. So he loves acidic. Interesting. Masochist.
Why are you like this?
What
What is compelling you?
I am a witch. That's what I do.
It's false info! Fake news!
Well, I mean, you confirmed that you're going to ride Ooblecz.
In the game, for the game!
Yeah, it's
for the game,
consensually.
Oh,
Yeah, well, yes, of course, it's consensual. Okay, so at least he asks. Good to know.
No, I asked.
oh my god.
He's gonna be
so
on
you have
top.
interest in. Okay, so you're into humans.
Oh my
I-
god.
Okay, so Ooblecz is at this point intentionally going out of their way to phrase all of this as worse as possible.
He finds Chrono's reactions quite hilarious.
This is mutiny. This feels like mutiny in a really roundabout way right now.
You're so silly.
That's not how mutiny works.
I'm so glad Wallace isn't here because he would just be laughing because he knows there's nothing he can do. Like, it's still helping. Like, this is an unhelpable cause.
Lavana, you're writing all this down, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, she's definitely writing all of that. She gives you a nod like, oh yes, I'm keeping track of every bit of information that matters.
Very good notes there,
Thank
Sid.
you. Thank you.
Well,
Such a good note taker.
joke's on you. Chrono raises his hand for a minute as a gear forms, and then his face suddenly goes blank for a second, and he says, "Oh shit! I spent too much time yelling. I can't rewind back to the beginning anymore."
It's been real interesting, you know, analyzing how that magic works. Real fun. By the way, if you ever, you know, if you have fun, you know, being, you know, ridden and all that, Ooblecz, and, you know, you have fun with all that, let me know if
hate
you ever
you.
need a third partner. And she just kind of like walks off.
I'm always one more.
I'm not surprised it's a fucking stripper.
You'll
Yeah.
you'll just hear Chrono mutter under his breath, "I hate the both of you."
I love you too, Chrono.
I too love myself. Yes, sir. Benjamin's just standing there the whole time.
Hi, Benjamin.
Hey, how you doing there, Ooblecz?
I feel pretty big.
Yeah,
Been
you
long
look
on
big.
campus by now.
You're I mean, you're normally 3 foot, and now you're fucking 15.
I thought they were 20 because they compressed.
15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah,
okay.
well, 15. So like they gain 12. They gain 12 water.
Mhm.
Yeah, that with the 3, that's 15. They did compress themselves. So actually, yeah. So since they compress themselves, they're smaller in height, but you know, there's still a lot of water. They're kind of, it's like thick Putin. You know what I mean? Like it's they're still wide. There's a lot of thickness going on there.
Like this.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
They're thick with 5 C's.
Indeed. But yeah, so okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to grab
Oh.
y'all. I have a map for this, fun fact. Yoink!
Yay!
So I'm gonna put you guys right here. I'm also going to slightly readjust the rules because I realized a slight hiccup on or a problem that could come with the way they set up the rule there for a second. I don't know why, but Ooblecz is just crushing Chrono's icon, and I can't put him on top of them
He
for some
sounds
reason.
awful.
So yeah, we'll just do it like that. So here's the thing. We're gonna say that it's just like when a person's flag is removed, aka their cloth, they're out. So you just want to be the last one standing. Because it's adding that into the timer, but then also having to, like, see who can get the most. That doesn't make much sense. There's gonna be things going on there, so we're just gonna boil it down to, like, just don't get it removed. You get it removed, then you're out. So, I'm going to grab a few people. As you can see, another group that is in this is, crazy enough, Karori with Shin.
Not do what
Hey,
expected.
Morgana,
It should've
Morgana,
been
chill out.
me.
Hold up, I'm gonna take my headphones
Should've
off.
been
Morgana,
me.
buddy, no.
Why is Morgana in your room again?
One day.
Should've
Buddy, stay out of my room.
It should
The cat is
have
looking to
been me.
die.
Okay, I closed
So,
my door so Morgana can't come into my room. She's...
Listen, I hate to do this to you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry if you need to pause the recording, but I really need to use the bathroom before we do this because it sounds like it's gonna take a minute.
No, it's valid, you're good. Alright, we're back, everybody. I've been setting up the icons while Dylan was grabbing his stuff here real quick. As I'm setting up all the icons here right now. And oh boy, we've got some people. We've got some people. So, in Group A, we have Chrono and Usagi. Whew, you become a giant fucking rabbit. No, and Ooblecz. We have in Group B, Karori and Shindeo. As I want to mention, Karori has Shindeo standing on her shoulders.
Right, half orc.
That
Yep.
checks.
She doesn't seem to be struggling at all, even though she's a wizard. There is Varara, who is holding, not like on his shoulders, no. She is holding Kasheshe by like the arms, essentially. You know, like Simba style? Like, she's holding him up like that. And he looks so fucking proud of himself. There is also a very familiar face. You see the news reporter Challen, who is holding that smiling gnome that keeps making his way on the Yellow Islands. That smile unmoving.
I feel like Chrono would just notice the report and he'll think to himself, oh, that's weird. Why does that guy look so familiar? Oh, fuck. And he'll just make full eye contact with the smiling gnome. The dread on Chrono's face spreads over.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Roll me a wisdom save.
That's a dirty 18.
Alright, you do not get the frightened status effect. As you feel
Shocker.
your soul begin to get... Like, it feels like your soul is being dragged into the abyss as you're staring into these two beady black eyes.
I can't wait for it to be revealed that this fuck's a demon.
Could you imagine? He's the happiest
Yes.
motherfucker.
Yes.
If it ends up being like Chrono's long lost best friend Samantha, I'm just gonna kill someone.
Can you imagine?
That would be a crazy twist.
That would be a crazy twist. You can also
Jokes
see...
on everyone. He's the cameraman.
Hell yeah.
He's the
Guys,
cameraman.
can you
Explain
imagine
why
if
that-
that's
there's
the
that thing you
cameraman? Oh my god. Okay, here's the other thing, by the way. There's a group of people that you guys have never seen before. The first one is what looks to be a shifter, who seems to be on top of the other person. As he seems to have these like talon feet, like bird, but the rest of him is completely human. So like, and also another thing that I'll mention, and you might notice this if you look at the left side of this picture version of him, he has an extra arm hanging out. And you realize, wait, he doesn't have 2 arms. He has 4. As you're looking at a Yeshka shifter.
Oh.
Oh.
He has these tribal black tattoos near his collarbone and like underneath his eyes. Black bushy hair, and he seems to have this crow that just kind of hangs around him all the time. He also has this kind of like rope-made necklace that has this like blue, like this type of like blue gem, like near its pendant area, essentially. He has this white undershirt with this like black robe that he kind of wears hanging off it, but he doesn't wear both sleeves. He only wears the right sleeve. The left sleeve, he only wears the left sleeve. Not the right, but the right side's just kind of hanging off completely. So he only has it draping over his left side, essentially. But it has this, like, golden floral design. And it's not, like, intricate. It's more like just, like, a few big golden lotuses just designed onto there. With this, like, kind of, like, gray and golden, like, very intricate lining design for, like, this, like, a piece of cloth that he's used as a belt, essentially, these black baggy pants that become fairly tapered and fit and kind of like gets pretty snug near his like ankle area. And yeah, then you have his little talons and these like yellowish predator-like eyes. And he seems to have these earrings that have feathers. So he might be, either he's a traveler or he might be one of the natives of like the more tribal area of this dynasty. So that's a fun little fact. The person that he is on top of, I want to mention, this dude's like probably 6'5", somewhere around there, is your guess? Mm-hmm. The lady he's on top of, whose shoulders he's riding, is like 4'10", maybe?
It's...
Okay.
But she's this like stocky, buff lady. I know in the image they probably don't show her as buff, but I want this to be clear. She's got muscle. You're looking at this half tabaxi, essentially. As, I'm gonna grab something real fast to make sure I pull up the right image on OBS. As you look at this half tabaxi lady, pretty dark skin, black hair. It's pretty curly black hair too, and it goes down to the shoulders. Black ears, blue eyes, fairly big lips compared to the majority of the NPCs you guys have run into in the past. She wears this like black onesie that kind of like is skin tight and kind of like basically goes over the majority of her body. But she wears this like
Called
red
a bodysuit.
Yeah, like bodysuit essentially. I don't know why I didn't say that. That's fairly common sense. But she has this like red kimono that she does wear. She just doesn't wear it. She doesn't wear it to really cover her chest or her legs. It's more like she's used it for the sleeves, and then she's kind of just grabbed the rest tail end of the area and just wrapped it around her waist like a belt. And so the rest of it just kind of hangs off, kind of like hiding like a portion of like her right thigh. So you wouldn't be able to see like, you'd see the kimono instead of the right side of her right leg, essentially. Black tail. The body outfit's completely black, and yeah, the chest is essentially opened out from, at least from the kimono's perspective, but you still have the bodysuit over it, so it's fine. As those are the people you are currently looking at on that one. The last two are two NPCs you might recognize, back from the New Wave Fighting Tournament. As you can see from the beach volleyball tournament bit, you can see that same Feltzy from before, the Feltzy lady that played volleyball in the past. And you can see that she's riding on the shoulders of the human that you, Chrono, fought in the first round. The guy who is like a grappling rogue, or grappling monk, sorry.
I feel like Chrono would kind of like, his eyes are wide and he would wave to say, "Hey guys!" But because he's on top of the 12-foot tall Ooblecz, I guess it would look a little silly from their perspective.
Oh yeah, I want to mention, by the way, because unlike everybody else who is like solid people, you're like doing this and you have to like keep your balance because it's like riding waves, except you've never surfed before. So it's the most like, oh, holy shit, oh my god, this is a lot harder. I'll let you know in mind, you have the advantage when it comes to keeping people away from you. But like, if you have to make a quick movement, there might be a bit of a struggle if someone can actually possibly end up reaching you. Because there will be the problem of you have a possibility of falling off. Because if the person on top touches the ground, you're also out.
Noted.
So, yeah. Keep that in mind.
Could I theoretically swim inside Ooblecz and just attack the flags that way?
So here's the
I
thing.
can let you inside of me if you ask.
You-
Wait, that actually was unintentional with the way it came out. Oh my god.
Amazing!
I can't.
That's a clip.
You don't know.
Phrasing.
You don't know why, but you can see in the stands that Lavana has started writing something down, even though nobody said anything.
Okay, but would that be allowed though, to swim inside Ooblecz to try and attack the other competitors that way?
I'll let you know this, right? So your cloth always has to be exposed to be able to be grabbed. Technically speaking, it can be grabbed, but there's something I should let you know, and there's something that you should probably think about. The only reason why you're able to touch Ooblecz naturally without it being a problem is because you're touching the water layer. Going inside of them meaning you're going to start hitting acid. Acid will erode the cloth, and you will no longer have a cloth, thus eliminating you. But that's a fun idea. I like your idea, but sadly, you would be literally killing yourself, and you would destroy your cloth.
Yeah, that might not work.
Yeah. I love the idea, though. I love the idea. If they were just a water elemental, this would be perfect.
The creativity is through the roof.
Oh, yeah. All right.
A for creativity, F for phrasing.
Oh, man. All right. As you guys will begin your round of cavalry battle. And I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. It's just gonna be kind of like a fucking all for one. Just let me know what group you're going for, and I'll have you roll initiative against their initiative, essentially.
Pray for all! Woo!
Yeah.
All right. Ooblecz, is there anyone here that you irrationally hate for no reason?
Dude, the fucking art. Illustration.
What did I miss? Did I miss something?
Our gallery! Look at our gallery!
Our gallery? Hold up.
Totally our face!
So, Ethan hold on, I'm just taking a picture. I'm gonna take the picture and put it up on OBS if that's alright.
Oh my god!
Ethan drew a picture, for context, of big Ooblecz and, like, hovering over this small version of Chrono, putting their hands on his shoulders with this, like, kind of sinister-looking smile of eyes with no actual mouth saying, yo, Chrono on top. What?
Yeah. Chrono on top.
Yeah, the freaking mortified.
Oh my god,
the
Issa.
mortified Chrono. Oh, dude, I love that.
I just could not draw that moment.
Issa, that is beautiful.
I am bringing that up.
I'm gonna
We
be
need a
honest,
proper
there
image
needs to
of
be more
this.
Oh, I love
Alright.
that.
We need a full-on image of this.
Colonel would whisper in your ear, Ooblecz, saying, "Okay, which one do you irrationally hate? If you hate anyone here, we can use that as a fuel for motivation."
That gnome fucker looking guy, and I don't like how close they are getting to Shindeo. Okay, so
Yeah, no, I like this. Fuck that gnome in particular, he creeps me out.
that gnome.
I had a nightmare about him in particular. It was
What?
incredibly frightening. He
dreaming of
ripped out in my nightmare, he ripped out my heart and ate it in front of me. It was really fucked up.
That's weird. Why did you do that? Let's kill him. I mean, let's take the
Don't
flag.
worry about it. Don't ask questions.
I agree.
Anyways.
Let's kill him. Let's go.
The one thing I'll note, I forgot to mention this in rules, but I don't think this will be a problem considering it's the monk that's doing the attacking. As the person up top is the one that actually has to try and grab stuff, the person on the bottom can try to do things to try and give them an advantage, but you will always need to tell me what you do to give them an advantage. And there's a shot you can end up giving him disadvantage if you're not careful.
Wait, Issa, I have an idea.
Real quick.
Yeah, what's your
Let me-
idea?
Let me mention
Hear
my
me
thing.
out.
No
Bungee
weapons.
jumping.
You said what?
Bungee jumping.
Oh my god.
You stake like part of your slime onto one of Chrono's legs. Chrono jumps off, Bungee jumps to grab the cloth that way.
Yeah, we can definitely try it.
Yeah.
I can't wait till your face meets the ground at like Mach 2. Because Ooblecz failed the athletics.
I actually have advantage in athletics. What are you looking up?
Okay, I'm pulling up a website called Height Comparison. So right now we're looking at Chrono and your heights mixed together. So we're looking at 18 plus what? What is Chrono's height?
5'11".
5'11". So we're looking at a 23'11" height. Is what we're looking at. So 23'11". We're gonna add you. That's you right there. You said you're going for the gnome?
Yeah.
So Challen is directly 6 foot. The gnome is like 4'11". So we're gonna put that at a 10'11". So we're just gonna get an idea of the height here.
Wait.
Hmm?
I can extend my arms 25 feet. I read that wrong, so I got an extra 15 feet from the bonus, right? But I
Yeah.
can let alone make my arm that's 6 inches wide and 10 feet long. Okay, so that's 25 feet.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that size difference!
Yeah, I pulled up a height difference so you guys understand like how high y'all are doing this. So I was gonna say like if you were like close in like things, the bungee jumping thing would be ridiculous. Because of that like height mix, going for them. By the way, you want to move your icons closer to them so that way you can that way I know your positioning that you're going to try and do this. Yeah, essentially you can 100% try and like bungee jump down on them. I'll say that I'll have, because there's a shot that you bungee too low before you get pulled back. So I'll have Ooblecz roll me just a natural flat d20, and that'll decide whether or not they get advantage or disadvantage as they do this bungee jump tactic. Oh! What'd you get?
4.
4? Alright, so Chrono, you will get disadvantage. I hate to say it.
God.
But you'll be rolling me a sleight of hand as you are going to try and bungee jump and try and take this cloth away from the gnome.
Okay, you said sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Chrono.
No, you're good. But how about, like, for flavoring's sake, we'll just say that Chrono's the one who gave Ooblecz the idea, but this is literally their first time doing it. They kind of just have, like, no clue what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chrono,
yeah,
be gentle. This is Ooblex's first time.
7. I'm just kidding,
Alright.
that's not happening.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
shut up, he's
That took too long, man.
I almost let that slide.
Alright, let me grab this
Gentle.
guy's sleight of hand stuff is. But yeah, no, you basically bungee yourself down to try and like snatch this cloth away from Bib Bob. You don't know why, but you know his name.
He haunts my dreams.
You don't know why, but you know his name. But yeah, you try and like grab it from him, and he just like yoink. he just kind of like pulls it to the side, like unfazed, no emotion showing, just that smile.
Okay, as Chrono gets bounced back up, back near Ooblex's head, he'll just say, "This guy's good."
Alright. Oh my god, okay. So, you see, Bib Bob try to take a swing to try and grab that red cloth from Shindale. Basically, you see this guy, there's no opportunity attack in this game. I'm going to let you know, it's not a proper combat. But you see, like, the Chun, like, basically dart in between the two of you. And then swing him around, so that way you can try and do, like, a quick swing for Shindao's cloth. And you see Shindao just, like, jump up into the air to dodge the swipe and end up handstanding. As he then, with his sleight of hand, uses his foot upon like basically flipping himself doing that midair to go into that handstand, uses his foot to smoothly remove the cloth. As the gnome is out.
Yo.
Holy shit, Shindy, you're so hot.
Wait, would this be, how loud would this be considering Ooblex's size right now?
Well, it won't change their size won't change how loud they are. But like, it is that very, like, from my understanding, you like get more gurgled from my understanding, because considering every time you done your roleplay when you're bigger, you've always like deepen your voice a little. So I'm imagining like, you'll see Shin actually just give you a little wink.
Ooblecz, I think you're doing something right.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll for the other, see who they're gonna go for.
Alright,
Okay.
I know you like Shin.
Alright, fucking Ranger, please throw the cat.
You see Barara lift Kasheshe up, and you see her go for what did you want me to say? Oh, okay. For glory up. What was it? And then you just see her chuck Kasheshe as he begins flying towards you, Chrono. As you see, while he's flying through the air, you see her speed around. And he's going to do a diving swing to try and take your cloth. You're going to roll me a sleight of hand against his sleight of hand. But here's the difference. This is again where the mounts always come into play. This is also affecting on how they do theirs. Their mounts also affect them. First, that D20 from Ooblecz, and let me know how you're doing this. How are you trying to help Chrono avoid Kasheshe?
I'm swinging Chrono up in the air 15 feet away.
Okay, so you enrapture him with your pure slimy body like a tendril, and begin to try and swing him out of the way. You technically have to hold on to the cloth, so there's still that chance that, like, yeah, you still have to, but you can roll that, what did you roll, by the way? For your natural 20, for the thing, Ooblecz.
He hasn't rolled yet.
Go ahead and roll that.
Okay, succeed,
Alright,
baby.
so, you will have an advantage to try and get past this, this little sleight of hand from your dear shipwright Kasheshe.
I like to imagine.
What the
Okay,
heck is this?
I'm assuming Ferrara must have had to throw Kasheshe really fucking hard because of the several feet difference. So I like to imagine there's like, how should I put this? His like cheeks are like, how should I put this? You know when dogs like stick their head outside of a car window?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the wind, their cheeks go for. That's what I like to imagine.
Jowls.
That's kind of the game. He has like his goggles on his eyes, so it's like that. He got like the avian goggles, as he just goes soaring.
I rolled 2 12s in a row.
Oh, that's so unlucky. He actually beat it.
Oh damn.
No!
Would rewinding time be applicable here?
Technically, the rules. I didn't get to fully say this, but the rules would say no magic and no weaponry. So I would have to say that would be illegal. So if you did do it, like, there's a shot you could get away with it because it's time magic, but keep in mind, they might have magic barriers.
Can I slap him out
for
the
regulation.
air?
Do you want to try to slap Kasheshe?
It's not really a weapon. That's just...
Don't slap the ship, right? We need him alive.
I need him on the ground now.
Okay, you can do that. But also, what is your? Are you planning to do that thing, Chrono, or?
I was looking at my character sheet to see if I could get any more ideas off my sheet that could help, but I don't really see anything that's applicable here, unless unless Kasheshe counts as a projectile and I can use detect missile.
I'd say no.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wait, if he had the duck, if he had the rubber ducky, could he use it to make Kasheshe miss?
He could have, but it's not there.
Damn it. Damn it. Go watch Sanity and see the item that Dylan has not used once.
So you see John, no. Not putting you through what you had to deal with. Yeah, so
Why not?
he goes flying past. He like snatches it out of your hand. Ooblecz, you can try and slam him to the ground, see if you can at least eliminate him with you guys.
Don't hurt
Yeah.
him.
Try it. How do I roll?
Just an unarmed strike.
Oh
Oh
my.
my god. It's just.
It's against his AC.
Okay.
This is some like Titan versus like Goliath versus fucking.
Okay, so you like try to bring your hand up to slap him out of the way, and you see him instead, like basically like bring up some type of cloak that he had like underneath his normal clothing, bring it up, and you see him like use it to like tunnel through your hand.
What?
He goes through your hand and then lands on Varara.
Well, that was that was insanely impressive.
Oh, that was so cool.
As you're now eliminated.
Well,
Damn.
That was
It was a
fun.
well, that was a good plan and concept, Ooblecz. I think we just got
Okay.
unlucky.
It was really
Maybe
unlucky.
you're
to
not
be
good on
honest.
top.
I am suddenly glad this is over.
I'm just messing with you. No, I had fun.
Yeah, nah, it was good to hang out with you, man. I was a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little bit worried how discovering your past was going, but glad to see you're still the same Ooblecz as usual.
Meanwhile, Lindry furiously
There's so many
drawing
things I
in the
wanna explore.
stands.
Hell yeah.
I said, meanwhile, Lindry furiously drawing in the stands.
Okay.
Well, Chrono's gonna point outside of the arena and he'll just say, well, let's explore together. Prompting Ooblecz to step out of the arena the good old-fashioned way.
I want to let you guys know so that way you guys can know this, because I know some people might still be watching, so just in case if you're curious. You would have seen the next like group of people get eliminated. As you can see, the shifter basically dodge underneath the like not the Feltzy, the satyr's swing for the cloth, and use his talon as like a right hook kick to snatch the cloth. As then the group of three would start to collide. You would see that the next out would be Kasheshe and Varara. As Shindeo would once again, like Shindeo and the shifter both go for Kasheshe. And he's able to get out of the way of the shifter in the process, but there's too many people at once and he just gets caught up in it. As it comes down to the final two. And I'm actually gonna roll. Okay, that's that roll. Who has the higher sleight of hand? That is literally the question right now. Ooh, that is so close. You see as Shindeo swings with his foot to try and like catch him off guard. And then you see the shifter like basically throw his like back backwards, basically showing that more flexible side of this person as he bends his back like a C. And then uses his arms to grab onto the shoulders, as he kind of like bent his upper half body to do that, and then using that, then grabbing the shoulders of this lady with his hands, and then swinging with his talons. You see Shindeo jump over this like kick, and right as he begins to land, you see the shifter try to take another swing, and then a whistle's called. As you didn't even see it, but within the midst of all these random swings and jumping and evasion, Shindeo barely gets the cloth.
Hell yeah!
Shindeo!
He
Chrono would
beat
cheer.
the shifter by 1.
I'm
God.
guessing they rolled the same number.
Yeah. It's just a slight difference in
Wild.
sleight of hand. That's it. As yeah. Fun little fact there. That's your fun little mini game. I know you guys wanted to go do other things, but it is 11:24 p.m. We know we're start wrapping up around here. This will also allow the missing person to actually be back. And to actually get to do the rest of the stuff with you guys. I'm sorry that some of you guys didn't get really do much inside the Dynasty today. But we've got more sessions for that, so don't even sweat it.
I will.
Damn. I do appreciate you guys swinging on by, though. If you want to find more little goofy moments and try and, like, hang out, you know, if you like this campaign, maybe subscribe. You can find us, the Rum and Harbor campaign, on the Lost Harbor on both YouTube and on Spotify. You can also find some other campaigns on both of these areas, such as the Brothel campaign, if you want to watch me play as a merchant Tanuki who's selling, essentially, you know, dancing for a blood god. We have the Hidden Garden campaign, which is an assassin campaign. We have one-shots on here as well as YouTube shorts. Go check them out. And on the side, we also have a second channel, so that way, otherwise if we post too much on one channel, YouTube's like, oh, go fuck yourself. That throws up 2 middle fingers. So we have a second channel called The Lost Shipyard. You can go check it up on YouTube. Those things are also on Spotify as well, by the way. But you can find some things like the Sanity campaign and a campaign that ended pretty quickly because it was a mini campaign known as the Amnesia campaign. Go check those out. They're really good campaigns. And Acrid is actually DMing for the Sanity campaign. So if you're missing him being the DM, because he was the one that originally was the DM on the beginning of this channel, maybe go check out the Sanity campaign. You might be happy seeing that. And I will see the rest of you people next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.